Yo, hello, hello, hello. Hi guys. Good morning. Actually, it's not morning. It's more like evening. But yeah. I'm gonna wait for a couple more people to come online, and then we'll start for the day. I'm actually really excited for today's episode. You know. Hi, Astrobin. Thank you for tuning in. Nice to see you again. Today's stream is going to be a bit different. You know, like, usually when I come on stream, I'm always talking about, I'm always like trading really, you know, I'm always trading, I'm always trenching and stuff. So like, I decided to do something different today, you know. I decided to come today and chat. First of all, this is part of like a thing where I'm streaming every day on Twitch for like 1 hour now. I don't like this chair. Okay, it's better. So yeah, what was I saying? I've been streaming. I streamed yesterday. I'm streaming today. I'm gonna stream tomorrow, and I'm gonna do that like all week. So like I'm streaming like 7 days, or like at least an hour each. Do you see the 101 old grandma rugger? Yeah, I saw the story, you know, but I didn't quite get it. It's hot. I don't know why. I think it's gonna get cold soon. Yeah, man, we're locked in. I saw the 101 old grandma rugger, but I don't really know the story around it. Hello, OX Femi. Good evening to you. Hello, Jalal. Nice to see you on stream. And also, thanks for following. Wow. Oh yeah, I'm actually gonna. I'ma check. Yeah, I'm gonna like cover like my whole. Literally, like I'm doing a 3-part series where this is gonna be first of like my talking streams. So far since we started streaming, we've only been doing like trading and shit. So like now I'm gonna like mix it up. Some episodes are gonna just be like me talking about like interesting parts of like, or maybe boring parts as well of like all the time I spent in crypto, try and pass as much knowledge as I can. Like the thing is like I always used to like I love hearing people's stories because like you might be talking to someone like successful, like when I meet like people that I look up to, like they might just be telling you things about their life and they don't even know like one thing or something else that you said is going to be the thing that like changes something for you. Like maybe it's the way they wake up early and there's something that they always do in the morning, or maybe it's like it literally could be anything, even the tiniest things. So it's like I always just like I always like hearing people's stories and stuff. So I'm going to be doing more of that, as we go on. I thought my camera was lagging. So this is going to be the first of a 3-part series. It's going to be the first of a 3-part series, a very interesting 3-part series, which talks about like my entire my journey in crypto, what I was before crypto, why I started crypto, how did I start crypto, what were my early problems, what were like my early wins, what were like my early mistakes, how did I handle different stages that I was at during my journey, and things like that, really. So I'm gonna like be going like into all them type shit, and yeah, see. Oh shit. So like, if you guys have any questions, you have anything you want to ask me as we go on, yeah, just feel free. I'm chilling. I should actually make sure that we're live everywhere as well. GM Blessed. GM Blessed. GM Ranger Crypt. I think I just saw that pop up. You have a question? Yeah, you can feel free, like at any point in the stream, if you have questions, just let me know. I'm active. So, is the music too loud, or should I turn the volume down a bit? It's perfect like this. Cool. How did I start crypto? At what age? I started crypto when I was like 18. So, right now, I'm 25. I just turned 25, so I've been in this thing for quite a while. Wow, I think we're already at 1K listeners on Twitter, and we've not even said anything. Okay, let's actually start, man. Sorry, guys. Yeah. So basically, like, I've had a very wild journey in crypto, but I'm gonna like start from like what I was before crypto. I started crypto in 2018 when things were kind of boring. I think that was just after the 2019 bull market. Do my schoolmates ever reach out to me? Yeah, they do. I'm in contact with like maybe like very very few of them. You know. Yeah, obviously I'm gonna talk about my losses as well. Like I always talk about my losses. I've had a lot of them, crazy ones. But yeah, I started in 2018. Crypto was pretty new. No, it wasn't new. Like that was just after the bull market. I didn't even know what a bull market was then, to be fair. I actually I actually just came into crypto because like I was I was before crypto I was just some I was a very curious person. I wasn't 18 years old yet, but then I was always really obsessed with trying to do something for myself. Like maybe like at a young age, I always just felt like, oh shit, time is going, time is going. So like I was always trying to do something for myself. I couldn't leave the house as well. So the only thing I really had was a computer to myself, and I was locked in my house. So and when you're like at that, there isn't that much you can do really. I didn't have internet as well, but then I kind of hacked my neighbor's Wi-Fi, so that's how I got internet. So and then so I did like for a lot of my life, like I played a lot of games and shit like that. So like I've spent a lot of time online. I played a lot of games. I joined a lot of online communities and forums. I never joined social media though. Like I never joined social media. I was always just um I was always just playing games. But at some point you get tired of that. Like well actually you don't get tired, but like in the games you're playing, they're asking you to buy all these things in the game, make all these in-app purchases and shit like that. And I never had money to buy those things. So that's the only reason I wanted to make money was so I could buy things in the games that I was playing. Like that's my only problem in life, really. But and I was always looking for ways to make money. Obviously, I was young then, so that's my only like, problem I want to share. So I was very young, like 17 and stuff. So I started looking at all these like online surveys. I started looking to do all these online, all these paid surveys. You have to watch adverts, watch adverts, like so you can earn like $1. I tried to do blogging as well. I tried to do blogging as well. I created a website. I was posting. I was just posting like articles on the website. I would summarize news articles on the website. Sometimes I'll post about like movies, summarize it, post on the website, put some Google AdSense on it and stuff. So like I was literally like just trying to do everything that there was that people could make money from. But there wasn't really anything that was really like there was not really any crazy breakthroughs. Then I realized that I don't actually need to leave my house to look for a job. I could look for jobs online. So I started looking for jobs online, along with like doing all these paid surveys, adverts. Some people they'll tell you come review our hotel or review our business and we'll give you like some $2, $5, whatever it is. And I was just like, yeah, like I'll take this. So aside from looking for jobs, and obviously I'm not that experienced then, so there isn't really that many things I can do for a job, even if I wanted to. But with time, I would say like, with time, I'll just say like, yeah, we started. I started like seeing some little jobs, maybe like made some $100 here, $200 there, stuff like that. So I started seeing all these like little jobs and stuff. Some people will say, "Oh, come help me to do some graphic design, make a logo for me, pay me like some $25." Cool, I'll take it. So like, I was always doing all these jobs, but then a big barrier to the jobs that I was doing was they were always wanting me to send them some PayPal or a bank account from abroad, all these payment methods that's not accessible to me as a Nigerian. So it was really like tough. And I was like, how can I receive money from people abroad without having a bank account? Because I was young, I was 17, so I didn't have a bank account. So it's just crazy. Like I was just doing all these like little things and all. And while trying to find out, okay, how can I receive money from jobs that I've done that doesn't need a bank account. That's when I bumped into like something called crypto. Apparently, they can just pay you in crypto. You don't have to change it to your currency. Yeah, you can just hold on to it because that's still money, and just see what happens from there. So, since the only way to get paid was through cryptocurrencies, I started like focusing on cryptocurrencies. I started looking for jobs that pay you in crypto. So that was really like my only exposure to crypto back then. Like it was Bitcoin. I'm always like, whenever I do a job, they just send me like some little Bitcoins. I'm happy for the day, find more jobs over the week, Bitcoin. So like, I was always just getting lots of Bitcoins for doing tiny, tiny jobs. But they were really small, like they weren't actually real amounts, maybe like $20. Maybe the highest I got for a job was like $250 from, and it was like 250 Canadian dollars. So it wasn't really, like, it wasn't anything crazy. And then eventually, I also had like a friend, you know. I also had a friend who was into crypto, but he was working as a dev to some top 100 crypto project. So the guy was always making a lot of money. Like, it was like always, we were all in school then. The guy was always making like crazy money. But obviously, like, he's a dev. I don't really know how to do dev stuff. I was studying computer science, so I was like, okay, when I finish my degree, I'll know how to be a dev as well. At least that's what I thought, you know. But yeah, I won't say like things remained like that for a very long time. Things like remained like that for quite a while. Like people always just came to me once in a blue moon, give me a small job. I spend the money on games and maybe sometimes real life stuff, or I just gamble with it and stuff. And so maybe like after like a year, so like from 2018 to 2019, that's all I was doing, just taking small jobs on any places. Then I was also buying and selling Twitter accounts. So like I would buy a Twitter account, I'll try and grow it a bit, I'll sell it back. Like I've always been into like flipping things, buy some gaming accounts, play the game a lot, like sell the account. That's all the shit I was doing. And it kept going like that really until, so like I would say 2019 till 2020, 2019 up until 2020, or 2018 to 2019 actually. Like I knew about crypto, but then I was only using it as a means of payment. My first wallet was like, that time I was using Luno wallet. I was using Luno, I was using Quidax. Like it was very cool. Like they were the only people that could really allow me to keep they're the only people that really allow me to keep crypto. Every other thing was asking me for ID, and I don't have an ID. I only have a school ID. So it was really, really Luno I could use my school ID to open, and it worked. So I'm like, yeah, this is what we're gonna use then. So I just kept using it. Like it was really nice. And then the first time that I would actually buy a coin, because all this time I'm just getting paid crypto for doing jobs, little jobs. So the first time that I would actually buy a coin doesn't happen until 20, maybe like early 2020, very early in 2020. Because like, so back then, like obviously I've been doing little jobs. I know a bit about crypto. I know how to swap Bitcoin to USDT. I know how to swap USDT to Naira. I know how to, all these little things. Like, yeah, I know Bitcoin goes up. I know Bitcoin goes down. I know Bitcoin goes left. I know coins go up and down. Like I understood like the basic things about crypto. That's what I'd say throughout that 1 year. So because I wasn't trying to learn, I didn't really care about crypto. all I cared about was okay, how am I going to convert? How am I going to receive payments for works I've done, and how am I going to convert that payments to my local currency? So those are really the only things that I cared about in crypto. I wasn't trying to buy coins or trade or anything like that. So that just continued for a year until maybe 2020. So in 2020, I would actually get a job from some crypto influencer. Mm. The person was Alt Signals, or at least that's what the person's name was. The person was like the owner of this crypto trading group. It was called Alt Signals, and he posted this ad on Reddit one day, and it was like, and the guy was like, yo, like, come and work for me as a, do you know how to do crypto? Come work for me as a social media manager. I have a Twitter page that I used to try and get people to pay for my trading group. So you just need to be tweeting crypto news and crypto stuff so that it can boost his visibility for his trading group. So I was like, cool. Like, yeah, I was on Reddit, bro. Like, I had like 3, 4 Reddit accounts. Come on, like, I had lots of karma because some subreddits, you needed to have a lot of karma to post like shit or to make comment. Then there was this subreddit, jobs for Bitcoin, jobs for crypto. I don't know if they still exist. They probably do, though, you know? They probably do. And I was always on those subreddits. I'm seeing people posting about jobs. I'm seeing people posting job opportunities. And I'm like, I can do all these things. Like, these things that people are saying are not even really hard. So that's why. So I started like applying, and obviously it's crypto. There isn't many people in crypto, so it's only you and like 3 or 4 others that's like applying for jobs. So if you are even half decent, you're gonna get it because there wasn't that many people applying for jobs, you know. But yeah, that whole thing, like, so I started working for the guy who was paying me like $25 a week, and I'll say it was a fairly new account. It was really a fairly new account. It was like some 5K followers or something, or 10K followers. So like for, I would say 1 year, the only thing I was doing is like I was just making tweets for him and sending it on the account and building trust with the guy. You know, I would always wake up every day. I would go on Google, search for the top crypto news of the day, read some of the top articles, summarize it into tweets, and then schedule the tweets to post like for Monday till Sunday, no days off. And maybe I was doing like 3 tweets per day, so I needed to make 3 news summaries per day. But then it was very frustrating, you know, because like there are some days back then when there isn't up to 3 good news tweets, you know. So I wasn't really. It was really hard, you know. There isn't that many good, and the guy was very strict and shit. So it was like, I wasn't having fun. But then yeah, whenever I would get paid like my $25, I would go and like try different stuff. I would go. Obviously, I started looking for what's the equivalent of paid surveys in crypto, like something that I can just do things like follow, like, retweet, and stuff. Like, what's the equivalent of that in crypto to earn money? And that's when I saw like airdrops and bounties. So yeah, I was always like hunting all those airdrops, man. I was hunting airdrops. Like I was like I was on every airdrop, every bounty. That time there was ICOs. ICOs had died, but then there were still ICOs because you know, like in ICO period, like even though the meta has gone away, like even though the NFT meta had gone away, there's still NFT mints going on. So like I was always doing all these bounties and airdrop tags for ICOs back then. Maybe make like $10 this month, make like 500. Like it was very, 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 very irregular. Like it wasn't. It was it was very irregular. I can't lie. Like some months, some days, like you apply, you do like 10 projects, you do like 15 projects, you tweeted for them, you followed them, like you're entering all their giveaways and shit like that, and none of them would just hit. They were using Gleam.io that time. You just do all the tasks, follow like this tweet, like this tweet, like this tweet, like this tweet, like this. Like fuck, like because sometimes it was very time consuming, but yeah, once in a while, like a project might become good, and they always pay you in the project tokens. Yeah, someone said I'm a scammer. Thank you. Yeah, they always pay you in the project tokens though. Like they just be like, yeah, 1,000 tokens, 1.5 tokens, 5,000 tokens, shit like that. So I was always just like doing all that, and then and most times the token wouldn't actually go anywhere. The token would be worth zero. Because just like meme coins, like you could farm a token, farm a token, farm a token, and then you could farm a token, and then nothing happens. Like no, the token is useless at the end of the like you get the tokens for sure for doing the tasks, but then the token is useless. And sometimes like yeah, the token went up in value. It's like $200, or it's like $300, or it's like $500, all those kind of things. So I was always just like, yeah, cool. It's something along with like the social media managing I was doing, and along with like also still trying to look for little jobs here and there. And I think around that time I fell for a lot of scams. I was always getting scammed. Like best in best in being scammed. I was always being scammed, bro. Like because to me it felt like, oh, how will I do all this stress, the the projects that I'm doing all this for, some they don't even launch. They just rocked with the pre-sale money, and I'm like, and that useless one. you know like I think the first scam I fell for was like this scam that you just get, and back then there's a lot of scams in crypto. Like you just get like these messages, oh, I have 1,000 Bitcoin in an exchange, but I only have the login. Can you help me to withdraw it, and I'll give you a commission? I fell for that scam. I think it's still something that goes on even till today. Like they will not give you the login, you log into the account, and then they actually just deposit some money. I went to go and borrow, I deposited money inside. They asked you to deposit some more to unlock, deposit. And after like depositing like 3, 4 times, I'm like, I thought you people said that I should just enter the account and withdraw the money. Why am I depositing so much? So yeah, I didn't, there's lots of scams there, lots of waste of time, you know. Someone said, how long have I been on glasses? I've been on glasses like for as long as I remember. I fell for all the scams that there was to fall in crypto. Though. I fell for all these trading group scams. I paid for a lot of trading groups, like fuck. I paid for so many trading groups, all those $50 per month. But one thing I never like, I paid for paid classes too, but then none of them were actually useful because like a lot of the things, but I fell for everything. I was new. If you're new, like I think falling for scams is a rite of passage. Like you must fall, you know. They were always so convincing, and I didn't think like I wasn't smart enough then. So I fell for everything, man. It's crazy. Like there was like many of the times like I'll put like some of them I'll farm like a bounty for like a couple months, and then after the bounty has ended, they give us the tokens is only worth like $50. I'm like, fuck, I just wasted my time. And then I still, have you ever paid for those organic growth plans in the DM? Organic growth. What's like organic growth plans? Was my wallet ever hacked? My wallet has been hacked so many times, Like, but maybe it was. There was one time like I literally pasted. I was trying to import a wallet, but I forgot that my seed phrase was still in my clipboard, and I pasted my seed phrase on Google search and press searched, and I'm like, oh shit. that's not a very smart thing to do. So maybe like, but and I didn't remove the money from the wallet because I was just like, it's a Google search, and then I just pressed close after. So it can't possibly have been. But then yeah, it's already on the internet, so it's gone. So maybe like the next day, my wallet got drained, and I'm like, oops. There was one time I downloaded a fake wallet of App Store, and I sent money into it. Like, oops. Grow your Twitter account with referrals. No, I've never done that. Like, in 2019, there was always like all these people doing this, and then that guy that I used to work with, because he had a crypto Twitter account, and I worked with him for more than 2 years. So it was like I actually did learn a lot from him, all the do's and don'ts. So that's why it was really easy for me when I came on crypto Twitter like by myself, because I've already been running a big crypto Twitter account already from like before I even started my own account. So I knew what crypto people like. I once was managing an account for someone, and then I tweeted XRP is a shit terrible coin, and the accounts got suspended. Like XRP Army like reported our account, and then it was like, bro, why did you go against XRP community? Don't you know they're so crazy? Like they can get your shit suspended and everything. I'm like, oh, I didn't know. Like I don't like XRP, so that's why I tweeted it. And the guy was like, no, 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 no. You always have to be bullish. People don't like bearish things. Don't attack other communities. Don't do this. Don't. So I really learned a lot from him, on how crypto works, what's considered good, what's considered bad. Like, oh, if you have like crypto people, they don't really retweet your stuff. They're only going to give you a like. So if you see you're not getting a retweet, it's just normal. Like your account is still going good. So like all these little details, like I kind of like picked that up easily from him. So when I started like tweeting on my own account, it was just like, yeah, it's not really anything. Like I have a lot of experience, even though it doesn't look like it, But what was my biggest loss in crypto? My biggest loss in crypto was like 1.1 million in 2 days from leverage trading. I lost like 1.1 million in 2 days. Crazy dude. But yeah, I think we'll get into that story because that's probably like ending of part 2, start of part 3, something like that. Yeah, like, but it was always like I always knew like crypto was gonna be the thing that could change my life, because before crypto I've done a lot of things. Like I tried so many things. Like I've tried gaming surveys. Like I actually tried a lot. Like I didn't know how to do Yahoo. That's the only reason I didn't do it, because I didn't know how to do it. If I knew how to do it, I would have tried it also, but I never knew, and no one is going to really teach a broke guy how to do that. It's only like people that are already in their circle. So, but I really tried, like, but it was like crazy. It's dollars. That loss was in dollars. That loss was in dollars. You don't need to have an experience. When I started getting at the USD, so don't take it now. Yeah, man. My first, like, I would say if you're not getting jobs, then look for jobs where people aren't looking for jobs. If you're not getting jobs, it's because you have too much competition. I don't like having too much competition, especially in the start. It's not good to have too much competition. Like I always just like go to places where, so like normally people are in Telegram chat for a project and talking about why their back should moon. But me, I'm in the project. I'm talking about, please, oh, who is going to give me graphic design job? Oh, if people are doing project next time, bring me on. I can do your websites for you. All this kind of shit. So I would go on all these job for crypto things. Like I was always doing all the. I was trying to look in places where people weren't looking, or trying to look for jobs people weren't doing. You know. Biggest round trip. Oof. I don't actually know. What's my biggest round trip? I don't know. Like it's been a while. Like I won't say like I've really had any big round trips, but I've had a lot of small round trips, I've not had big round. It's going to be hard for me to really. It's only like it's going to be hard. It's only recently now when I'm like comfortable. If you're not comfortable, you can't be round trip. Any small thing, I already sold like, especially, but now it's cause like, oh yeah, I know like if this goes to zero, it doesn't really affect me. I have this, I have this, I have this, I have this, I have this. So like it's now that I'm even round tripping a lot, you know. But back then, it's really hard to round trip. But like, yeah, I'll round trip like some little things. Like, I don't really remember any big round trips. I've round trip like maybe the most recent and biggest one that I'll remember is like maybe round tripping 170K or 180K. But these are just like random trades. I've not had any crazy. Maybe that's a crazy round trip. Round trip on 180K is crazy. But then I had more than 180K. So I've not had a round trip story where, oh, I didn't really have much and then I made a big amount and then went back to not like having. So I wasn't really, but there's been a lot of cases where I've lost everything that I made, but not in like a round trip, you know? I know there's a lot of difference in crypto of those days and crypto of 2025. Can you tell the difference and how one can scale above others? Like every cycle, like things change, like things repackage themselves. Like things don't change fundamentally, but then they just come in new forms and new shapes. So it's not as if like it's really changing. It's just you just have to like it's just about recognizing like maybe like what we're calling NFTs in 2021 is what we're calling meme coins now. You know. So how much do you think is enough to retire? Maybe like if I make how much is enough to retire? I feel like anything like 20, 30 million, 20 million and $20 million and above is what I would say like is enough for me personally to retire. Like above 20 million is cool. Like not 10 million because 10 million can go to 1 million, you know, and that's not a good amount. So 20 million plus is what I say is like enough to retire for me. First coin I ever bought. The first coin I ever bought was in 2020. So like if we fast forward from like 2019, I was still talking about things 2019. But like in 2020, it's like I'm kind of okay in crypto. Like I'm not okay though. Like in 2020, I'm like I know the ropes. 2019 I didn't know. I only knew how to buy and sell Bitcoin and convert it to fiat. And I got in at 15K. Which 15K? Why are you getting into at 15K? So in 2019, like in 2018 to 2019, I didn't really know much. I only knew how to buy and sell Bitcoin and convert it to Naira and buy Ethereum. I know how to buy any crypto. I know how to do all this spot. I know how to do spot. Like I can buy coins on spot. I'll hold it, make some profits. Like that's what That's what I knew how to do. If you bought Bitcoin at 15K, then you should hold. What's your biggest win in crypto? My biggest win in crypto. That's why I tweeted just before the stream. It was that's my biggest single win. It was like that 1.5M in 10 minutes. Crazy. And it was unexpected. I didn't plan to take the trade. I was literally on my phantom, so it wasn't really I didn't plan it. The biggest wins you'll make in crypto are not the things that are planned. It's really the things that are unplanned, the things that just happen in a strange place, unprepared, randomly. Those are the things. Those are the big things. Do you participate on DeFi or are you 100% meme coin? Whatever the narrative is. So remember, I was saying, I talked about 2019. I learned how to do the basics of crypto and how to cash out to fiat. Then 2020, because I was working with this influencer in 2020. So 2020, I was working with this influencer in 2020, and he always made me read the news every day. He always made me read the first 2 to 5 pages of Google news on crypto, and then he made me summarize them into tweets. And I didn't really like the job. But it was what was paying me. So it's forced me to always know crypto news. It's forced me to always know crypto. Even if I didn't understand what I was reading, I just knew I had to read it and understand it to the extent of summarizing it. That's how I got majority of my knowledge in crypto. Imagine reading 50 crypto news articles every day for 1 year straight. Whether you like it or not, you're going to actually become really good at understanding what's going on, because you're seeing everything happening, you're understanding. And obviously these big news articles, they only carry the most relevant things, and they're usually pretty detailed. They'll say, oh, Uniswap launched, this launched, that launched, this is the meta, somebody did this is blowing up, this is being talked about. So all those things, I always had to summarize. So I would say instead of most people that went for a crypto class or figured it out, it's something I've never actually heard anyone say, that the best way to learn crypto is to just read the news every day for a very good amount of time. If you sit down and read crypto news articles every day for a year straight, you're going to know crypto. You're going to know everything about crypto. You're going to know the ins and outs and stuff like that. You're going to know the terminologies. You're going to know the trends. You just know them. And if you're inquisitive too, so whenever there was something I saw in the news articles that I didn't understand, I'll Google it as well. I'll go on and Google it and go on to see, okay, what's happening, what does this mean, and shit like that. So yeah, that's and then 2020 I was already conversant. Yeah, does that still work? I still think it still works. Do I believe in long-term holds? Yeah, the most profitable people. Wait, do I believe in long-term holds? Yeah, that's how to make the most money in crypto, really. The most profitable people in crypto are people that are long-term holders. But you can long-term hold the wrong thing and be the worst trader alive, Because you're long-term holding something does not guarantee it's the better strategy for you. But the most profitable people in crypto are long-term holders. But I never knew how to hold long-term. It's someone that's comfortable. I was never really comfortable when I was learning crypto. I wasn't ever comfortable, so I always needed to cash out. I couldn't hold long-term. I always admired. I was like, wow, I wish there's going to be a day where I can hold things long-term. But then I'm not at that level yet, so I can't hold anything long-term. As long as I see enough profit, I've sold. I'm like, oh, it breaks my heart to sell, but I gotta go, you had to start over $100, how would you go about it? Oh, don't worry, we'll get to that. That's a spicy question. I was going to, I'm saving that for like part three. You know, like I really want you guys to pick up things that I've done over the years, and then part three, I'll really like go over a summary of like what I could learn, like what I learned so far, and stuff like that. Have you ever had a real life job before crypto? Nope. I never did a real life. Okay, I did one for like a couple months, but then that was for like my. There's that thing that you do in school where you leave school for 6 months to go and work internship. Yeah. So I did an internship for 6 months and in some IT company like that. But I won't call it an internship because they've. I won't call it an internship because they were just sending me to buy food all the time. And they taught me a bit of JavaScript and Java. Yeah, they taught me a bit of Java, so I guess I was going, you know? Did I get in early on with? Yeah, of course I did. What's the most profitable thing you've done outside of crypto and outside of my restaurant? That's a question, you know. What's the most profitable thing I've done outside of crypto and my restaurant? I don't know. I've not done a lot of things. Like, I've not done a lot of significant things. You know? Like, I've not really, like, because I've not worked a job, I've not done a lot of real life businesses, only until like recently. So, you know, there's not really that, I've not really, so that's why I knew like it was like crypto or nothing. It was crypto or nothing, like for. Then I was actually like talking about DeFi. Well, let me talk a bit more, then I'll do more questions. So, 2020 DeFi season, part of my crypto career, like DeFi season came. How did I know it was DeFi season? I was reading news every day. I was reading news every day. So obviously, like when DeFi was hitting up, they were writing news articles about it, and because I'm working for the influencer, I'm summarizing the news articles, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm supposed to pay attention to something called DeFi. But like all these things, I was just observing. I wasn't actively participating in it. I was just like being an observer. I'm like, hmm, 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 that kind of thing. So, like, I was just like, I forgot what I was saying, guys. So, what was I actually saying? I forgot what I was saying. But I was talking about the DeFi part. So I was like seeing all these articles, observing from the sidelines. I'll see a news article, a new advancement in DeFi, you're in finance, you can earn yield off your coins, or they'll write articles about Aave for borrowing crypto, borrowing against Aave. Aave is up 1000% in a week, all those kind of things, you know. Like I was always like seeing all those things. So it made me want to like start throwing a bit of money into like some of these DeFi things. But then I always felt like I don't have that, like I only have like $100, $200, like how much does it want to go up by? So it's never really motivated me, and I'm like, for this $100 to turn to like 1K or 2K, like this coin has to really go up a lot. And proud to that, I didn't like those. If they tell you a stock has to go like 10x, like what are the probabilities of that? It's very low. So I was like, this is gonna take time. I don't have that much time to wait for something to go up that much. So that's why trading never really interested me. Like, like that's why trading never really interested me and stuff. You know, I was just like, let me just focus on all these little jobs that I'm doing that are still bringing steady income. That's what's most important. Not be trading. So, oh, thank you, Shady, for the sub. Wow, means a lot. So, really, like all this time, I was just like, okay, I would once in a while I'll throw a couple of things into like the whole DeFi things going on. I bought Aave, I bought Yearn Finance, like all these little things. Like even though it was a little money, I'll just still do a bit of it just so that I'll still do a bit of it just so that like I'm participating in the space. Hi Shady Max, welcome to chat. How you doing? Thanks for the sub. So it's like all those like all those little things like I'd always do, like I'd always participate in them. And then I think during that same period of time, because at this point, like for someone that's like a Nigerian from Lagos, I had quite a bit of understanding from crypto. I knew about DeFi. Knowing about DeFi at that time is like a big boy thing. So like when I'm talking to like all these Nigerian crypto people, they're always like, whoa, you're very, like visionary, you know a lot about crypto, you know your shit. So because of that, like I got a job with a Nigerian firm. It was, I don't even know what they do really. It was a blockchain, Afen blockchain. I don't know if anyone remembers that time. Like I started working with like this blockchain called Afen blockchain, but they weren't really a blockchain. They were just a project on BNB. And have you ever created a meme coin? Or we'll go into that. I created meme coins in my first year here. Like my first real time trenching, like 2020, 2021, 2020 actually. I created a meme coin in 2020. So it's like I was always just really like trying things and shit. Like so in 2020, yeah, so I started working with Afen. Afen was some blockchain. They were like, I was like, oh, so what do you guys want me to do? Like, these all the things that I can do and stuff. And because I knew so much about DeFi, I knew of the different networks, I knew of MetaMask. So they were like, yeah, just come join us like as an advisor. I think it was an advisory role they gave me to just have my name on the team as someone that knew crypto in Nigeria. And so they said that they were doing a pre-sale, and I was like, okay, yeah, cool. So what do I need to do? I just need to tweet about their pre-sale and support. I met with the founders in Lagos. They took me out for a nice dinner. The guy was like a Bitcoin OG. I don't know if you guys know Bitcoin Kit. There was some guy that got like some 5 million in crypto sent to him, and then he returned the crypto to the owner, and he went viral, went on many news articles. So the guy reached out to me and he was like, yeah, come join us. This is what we're doing. And Afen did their launch, their pre-sale, and it was very successful. They raised like $1 million. And I was like, that's when I really saw the power of crypto. And I'm like, whoa, these are just regular people. Like, these are human beings that I just met, and they just raised like $1 million for a crypto project on BNB. So like I started to get ideas like any normal person would. I was like, whoa. So it's possible to even, do you mean like 1 million? Like 1 million, Like, whoa. And I'm just like, yeah, I need to lock in like this crazy. Because obviously, like before I started working with them, the guy was always talking about all the money he's made in crypto. And I'm like, whoa, sounds crazy. And then they actually made that kind of money in my front. And I'm like, this is crazy. That's what I thought. But obviously, I wasn't part of their inner circle. Maybe I don't even think, they never paid me anything out of that money, really. They just gave me like some tokens. Maybe the tokens were worth like 2 or 3K. So I felt like I felt scammed, I was like, what do you mean I'm working for a company that just raised 1 million? And it was barely even 3K that came to my hand. That's crazy, you know. So I was like, I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy with them at all. I'm just like, fuck, I feel scammed. But then at the end of the day, I was like, well, it's not as if I was really even doing like that many things for them. Like, I actually even did, like, I helped them to get on like some publications and shit like that. Because that's what I was good at. Like, all this time, I worked with an influencer. After working, oh, shit. So after working with after working with an influencer, then I started to work with an exchange. First of all, it was this Quidax exchange. They did a token sale. They raised a couple millions back in like 2020 as well. So it's like two people and two companies that I've worked for before they launched a token. They went on to launch a token and raise millions. So I was like, wow, I'm really in the right space. I'm really in the right like I feel like I'm doing the right things, you know. So I started like paying attention to how these people do their things. I was paying attention, and I'm like, oh, these people are on motion, like they're doing shit, you know. And then like maybe like a couple more months down the line, maybe Quidax like paid me like some good money. Maybe I made like 10K of that. I think that would be like my first like million naira that I made. It was because of actually that was even my first million naira. My first million naira came before I even met anyone in the Nigerian crypto space, you know. That came from me managing that guy's influencer account. That time we got a deal with Skrill. I don't know if you guys know Skrill. They're massive now, the payment provider, just like Stripe. So Quidax was 2021. Wow. I didn't even know that. So yeah, it was before Quidax actually. It was in 2020. I don't need to say God forbid though. I actually did lose everything and I got it up again. So I already been there, done that kind of thing, you know. So, but we'll talk about that. That's part of the journey, you know. That's part of the journey. So basically, like, I feel like today's stream, I'll end it with like how I ended the 2021 bull run, and then tomorrow we'll continue from like what happened in the bear market from 2022 until 2024, and then on Thursday I'll talk about running it all back from zero in the 2022 bear market to like running it back from zero from 2022 to 2024 and just settling down now. So yeah, so today is like my start of crypto to the end of like the 2021 bear market. So yeah, basically like I was always like working for that guy. Then we'll go deal with Screw. Screw paid us like 1,500. Like I was always the one getting him deals. Like my job was just to run the Twitter account. So like whenever we go a nice deal flow, I'll just be like, yo, boss, send your wallet. We just got like $500 for 3 tweets. Like send your wallet so that I'll send you 50%. Because he was very nice. Since he was making a lot of money from his trading group, so he allowed me keep 50% of commissions that we were making from marketing on the account, as long as I was always just bringing him people to his trading group. So he let me run the account however I saw fit, you know. So yeah, anytime I make a new marketing sale, I was like, yo, bro, send your wallet. And there was one time like I got a deal with this Traveler, you know Traveler that is on Binance now. When they were very new, like they contacted us, they wanted us to do a few tweets. Then I negotiated like some 3K. No, I negotiated like 2K, and they were like, oh, they're willing to sponsor a trip to anywhere in the world. They'll pay for our flights, hotel, and we just need to post about them. And I told the guy about it. I was like, well, I just got a deal with this crypto travel agency. They said they'll pay for a trip to anywhere in the world. But I'm in Nigeria. I don't have a visa. So if you want it, then I guess if you want it, let me know so that I'll tweet about them and you get the trip. And he wanted it, so they paid for his trip to Netherlands with his girlfriend. he was sending me pictures and shit, and I'm like, yeah, cool shit, cool shit. But eventually, they still gave me like some $200 on top of that. So I was like, yeah, not bad, you know. So it was really like, I did really learn a lot of him. And right after that role, I started working with Quidax. I was helping them publish things in the newspapers. I started working with Afen. I was helping them publish things in like crypto websites, news websites, and stuff like that. I was helping them to do a bit of marketing, I was reaching out to YouTubers, reaching out to influencers. Hi, I represent this company. Want to hire you for marketing, stuff like. So that's what I was doing. Like I was doing outreach for all these companies. So I'll reach out to a lot of influencers and YouTubers. I had like a Google sheet of like 1,000 YouTubers and influencers in crypto. So I was reaching out to them, get their prices, take it back to the company. The company decides whether they want to pay or not. Then we'll go from there, stuff like that. So after like the whole Afen thing and Quidax thing, then I started working. And then the influencer that I was working with, his account finally got suspended. And I'm like, oops, not good. Then the guys became kind of rude, you know. He said, we had to start an account from zero because obviously he wasn't getting this like nice passive income anymore. I had to start everything from zero again. I had to start doing a lot of tweets again. I had to start doing like, it was actually crazy. So, and I'm just like, nah. I can't keep like going like this, you know. So I was just like, after the whole Afen, Quidax, then the exchanges thing, I was hoping them to get on news articles. I started reaching out to all these crypto news articles. I'm sending like 20 emails, 50 emails per day to news websites like, yo, I represent Prime XBT. We're looking to do some paid adverts and sponsored articles on your website. How much do you charge? Shit like that. Like sending out all those emails, like 20 per day, trying to get everyone's prices, take to my boss. I'll get writers, manage the writers to write the articles, send it to the news website. They have it published. They send them the payments, tell our finance department. Crazy. But all those things just gave me a lot of like exposure to like crypto, a lot of knowing what's happening and stuff. So knowledge from doing that, being the ones writing the articles, seeing these news, reading these news articles that I wrote on Google, shit like that, like it made me kind of knowledgeable in crypto, and that's where so I just kept on accumulating knowledge. And then every once in a while, when I saw an interesting news article to myself, I would put some money into the coin and stuff like that. Sometimes it would go to zero, sometimes it won't, and stuff. So it was actually like really, it was very, very fun. Like I feel like that was like it didn't feel like, even though technically that was my learning period for crypto. That's how I was learning about crypto, but it didn't feel that way to me, you know, like it just felt like I'm chilling, like I'm learning a lot while making money. It was like I was getting paid to learn crypto by news articles and stuff, and just being curious and trying things out myself. Then I would say like my first breakthrough, like what's led to that, like things leading up to that 2021 run, you know, from $500 to, I picked 2021 at like 1.5 mil. That was like where I picked. No, actually I picked at 2 mil, you know, but like the 2 mil was only like for a day. I was only at 2 mil for a day. So yeah, I settled like 1.5 mil at the top of 2021 bull market. So how it started was from DeFi. It started from DeFi run all the way in 2020. I didn't just enter meme coin. So 2020, I'm working, I'm posting news articles. I'm seeing companies talking about DeFi. Prime XBT is working on like building DeFi products. So like obviously like the company I'm working for is talking about DeFi. The influencer I'm working for is having me tweet about DeFi. And all the news articles that I see about crypto are all about DeFi. So I'm like, so DeFi, must be the shit then. So yeah, in the whole DeFi thing, I'm so a new DeFi application has launched. It's called Uniswap. I did an article for when Uniswap launched, published it on like one of these top big crypto news websites. And after saying that, I started using Uniswap I tried to use Uniswap to buy all these DeFi coins, and it was very nice, very smooth, very simple. So I just continued using Uniswap for my like $20, $30 and shit like that, buying different DeFi coins that I was reading about. My boss really liked XRP. It was some Russian lady. Her name was Alice, like cool girl, but she was always like bossing me around and shit. I hated it, you know. But it was good though, like it was good for character building. So, hi Young, welcome to chat. So all the shit was good. All the shit was good for character building though. So I was doing all that, buying DeFi coins, and then one very random day, like Uniswap announced some altcoin. No, Uniswap announced their coin. Someone said it was shitcoins and altcoins 21. No, it wasn't shitcoins and altcoins. It was DeFi and NFTs. Those were the two things that were really like happening in crypto, DeFi and NFTs. So because I bought a couple of things on Uniswap, because I literally wrote an article when Uniswap launched. So I know about Uniswap, I used it, and a couple months later, Uniswap says everyone who has ever used their website is entitled to $1,200. And I'm like, huh? That's crazy, you know? Like usually before then, all the big money I've really made has really come from either some deal with like some big company, or that I got for the influencer, so I take like 50%, or it was some deal with or it would be like maybe like I got a big bonus from work, that kind of thing, when I was working with Prime XVT. So I think at a point I was even working with Matic, you know, they rebranded to Polygon now. I worked with them for like a month or so. Uniswap airdrop gave me 1,200, like 1,200. So they gave us, I don't remember if it was 1,200 tokens or $1,200, but I know it was worth around $1,000. That was a lot of money to me. That was higher than what Prime XBT was paying me per month. So I was like, yeah, this is cool shit. Like I have money to actually like play around now. Like I can gamble a bit more on Uniswap, you know. So without really thinking twice, I went for it, you know. Like Uniswap gave me I claimed my unit token. What do I think about Cardano? I wouldn't really buy Cardano. So, you know, in all these years of like learning what the cool coins were and what they're not cool, like I think everyone always hated on all this XRP, Cardano and stuff. So generally, if everyone around me that is really experienced and been in crypto for long are telling me XRP and Cardano are shit, I'm naturally gonna assume they're shit. But I never knew why people said they were shit though. I just knew like the general consensus was don't buy these coins, they're shit. I never did. I never explored it. I never tried to see what it's about. People around me just said it was bad and I went with it. But I've never actually done any research myself into Cardano, you know. So yeah, I got the Uniswap airdrop. And the first thing I did with my Uniswap airdrop was, so after Uniswap announced an airdrop, obviously their token, they were at a reasonable valuation. So obviously somebody's gonna come up with a fork, and the fork was SushiSwap. So I saw that news article the next day, SushiSwap just launched, it's meant to be a Uniswap competitor, all those kind of things. So I went to look and I started using SushiSwap. But SushiSwap, I don't remember if they did an airdrop. I can't remember honestly. They probably did though. No, what they did was like they did like liquidity farming. So they said deposit your Uniswap liquidity into SushiSwap and get rewarded with sushi. So I didn't have a lot of money to farm the thing, so, but I just did the little. I was around when PancakeSwap launched. So like they launched later on in DeFi summer, like later on of that 2022 year, 2020 year, after Uniswap had launched, SushiSwap had launched, they launched, like literally Uniswap launched, SushiSwap launched, and then every other chain had their own Uniswap clone. The same way we were seeing Pump Fund, Bunk Fund, Bags Fund, everything. That time it was that Uniswap style AMM exchange that was the hot cake then. Like everyone was forking their own Uniswap clone. They built Uniswap of BNB, that's PancakeSwap. They built Univax on AVAX. They built the same Uniswap of all the chains. So because I played Uniswap well, I just knew that I'm just supposed to buy the token for any exchange. I bought SushiSwap token. SushiSwap went up a lot. I'm like, whoa, I made some money. So like maybe I turned like my 1K to like 5K. And I'm like, wow, this is the most money I've ever made in my life. Like, that's crazy. Last year I started crypto like a year, kind of like a year and a half ago. And my very first like super big win that wasn't from me doing a job or getting a commission was like SushiSwap and Uniswap. I got the Uniswap airdrop, bought SushiSwap, that turned to 5K. That was a lot of money to me, so I took it out. I bought some cool things for my parents. I got myself a new PC. I bought this 2020, or no, I got like this 2018 MacBook Pro. Very old laptop, I got myself a MacBook, got myself an iPhone, Life was soft, like you just settle down, now you're like chilling. So, so after that, like, okay. So after the whole SushiSwap and Uniswap thing, I was like, oh, 1 second, I'm trying to find my screens. Okay. After the whole SushiSwap and Uniswap thing, 5K was a lot of money to me. So like I kind of stopped. I was like, yeah. This was my goal with all these things. So I'm gonna stop here, withdraw things to real life and just go and really like enjoy myself. Because 5K is a lot, I was feeling rich. I bought my first car in Nigeria then from that 5K. I think it was like $2K. It was even my mom's car, I just sent her $2K and I was like, yeah, I want your car. So there's the money for your car. And it's now my car, thank you. And she took the $2K off me and gave me a car. So that was like my first car was my mom's car. And yeah, so after that, like I didn't really have much more money to participate in DeFi summer. I was just like, yeah, 2021, they also did like, there was also like airdrops. There was like an airdrop period for like 2 months, That time it was like, there was something like, don't buy something. Whether it was don't buy rope. I think it was rope airdrop, like, one of these OG Icebergy, he did like a rope airdrop. They asked us to join the Telegram group. I joined the Telegram group. They asked us to fill a form. Like we're like 100 in that Telegram group. We all filled the form. The form just asked us for our username and our address, and then we did that. And yeah, and he just created a coin called Rope, and then he sent it to everyone that filled the Telegram form, like the Google Sheets form, and we were like, whoa. And then it was such little supply. It was like 100 or 200 supply, very little supply though, and they only gave us like very little tokens, 100 of us. So it ended up being like a lot of money. This was still like 2020. Yeah, it's like Cope. Like that's where Cope got the playbook from. Like Cope, they They got the playbook from that because everyone started doing that. So Rope did that. It became very successful. I made money of that, like some $2,000. I was like, wait to like, first of all, I made some airdrop from Uniswap, 1,200. Next thing, I'm making airdrop from Rope, 2,000. Next thing, I got like so many airdrops now because it was like finally when I understood the meta, understood what was going on. Because the prior months before that, I wasn't making any big wins. I was just reading, knowing that okay, DeFi is the next big thing. That's what everybody's doing, and that's because I saw it on the news. So like buying DeFi tokens. From buying DeFi tokens, I'm getting airdrops based on like DeFi protocols I used all this time. I never used Aave or all these like yield farming things. I would have gotten the airdrops if I did, but I was never someone that believed in yield. Like, what do you mean you want to give me 7% per year? Like, how much money do I have that 7% per year wants to make a difference? Even if it was offering like some 200%, 300% per year, but I'm like, bro, still, you need a lot of money to make a lot of money from that. So I wasn't really interested in doing all those things. Like, I wasn't interested in yield farming. I wasn't interested in borrowing and lending. It's just buying coins, using all these swaps that were coming out and trying to look for airdrops. That's the only thing that I was doing. So then I saw like how all those coins really went. It was nice and shit. Like more people started doing the same kind of airdrop. So like that was a very simple period. You just needed to get into the Telegram group early, fill out the form, and then you're getting airdrop free tokens. Crazy times. But then obviously like people started to evolve. What's the best news website? The best news website is actually Telegram groups. There are some Telegram groups that I'm in that I just see all the crypto news, like everything crypto news related. What was the major shift in crypto users moving from Discord to Telegram? So crypto actually started on Telegram. Like I never even knew what the fuck Discord was. The only reason Discord was popular was NFTs. Like some NFT people liked using Discord for their, and the reason they were using Discord, I can't even remember. Like they just liked Discord. So if everyone is using Discord, then that's what will happen. So we literally moved from Telegram to Discord, and then after NFT season, Discord died as well, and we moved back to Telegram. So it was always Telegram from the onset, like OTC groups, big trading groups. Everybody's trading group was in Telegram. So Telegram has always been the home of crypto. Telegram, Reddit, all those forums. Telegram, Reddit, and forums. That's where crypto was. It wasn't even Twitter, So that's why that guy just let me manage the Twitter account, because Twitter wasn't really that thing. Like only a couple people were on crypto Twitter, and I was like quite early. Like I've literally been following the likes of like Kobe since 2018. So it was really just Telegram. Then after that, SushiSwap, Uniswap. Then the airdrop things kind of calmed down. After the airdrop thing calmed down, DeFi started to take off. I got into some of the DeFi stuff. Then different people started launching blockchains. Binance launched their blockchain. I literally remember when BNB launched. Crazy. Binance just came. They announced one day they're launching a blockchain, and everybody started to announce that they were launching their own blockchain. So the trade went from we're buying Uniswaps to, so literally back then it would be like a big entity will announce that we're launching our blockchain. Then after that, like another set of devs, all the devs will now be rushing to make the first Uniswap of the blockchain. Avax blockchain came along, Phantom blockchain came along. Solana came along eventually, but it wasn't really like, it was just something that was there. Like it wasn't one of the major contenders. There was a lot of other like cool blockchains, like so many other cool blockchains came along. So it wasn't really the major contender. And then during all that whole blockchain booming, everyone is making their own blockchains. and stuff. That's kind of when NFTs as well. Like now we're like ending of 2020, beginning of 2021. So like at that time, like the major blockchains have already taken their place as the major blockchains. So honestly, there's still a lot of other blockchains launching. Like every other week, there's a new L1 being launched. Like, oh my god, it was crazy. Like every time a new L1, a new L1, a new L1, I'm just like, shit. I'm tired of like. There's so many people who are saying like they're tired of seeing meme coins and launchpads. That time we were tired of seeing another swap and another L1 blockchain, another blockchain, so many blockchains, and I'm just like, ugh. Yeah, Phantom had so much potential, you know. But I feel like now that they rebranded to Sonic, maybe they'll do something like, maybe something can happen. Who knows? You know, I don't know. Phantom had a lot of potential though, but I don't know what happened to it. Advice for someone who just wants to get into crypto at 23 years old. Like, I would say like try to like read a lot of, try to always know what is happening. Like, you don't need to trade every day if you are new to crypto. Like obviously you have whatever it is you're doing before you came into crypto. Like keep doing whatever that thing is. But for your first couple months, just try and like read, try and like understand what's happening, see what people are talking about every day, see what is trending every day, see the crypto things that's like, so you know like all those kind of things. Like that's what I would say like everyone should focus on in their first couple months in crypto. Like just try and like read the news every day, understand what people are saying, see what's trending, see what makes headlines. Like just look at headlines every day. If there's anything you don't understand in the headline, Google it. Like realistically, like if you look at headlines every day, like you're gonna be able to notice the trends, you know? Like, because for everything new that is becoming big outside of crypto, it starts from the news. If you are checking the news every day, you're gonna be like ahead of everything. If there's something you don't understand in the news, at least you'll know what to ask. If you're a newbie and you don't know anything about crypto, you don't even know what to ask or what to research. But then the most important things to research are the things that make it to the news, you know? If you're observing the news for like a couple of months, you're gonna see that okay, ETFs are becoming a thing, okay, NFTs are becoming a thing, okay, because first of all, to start from one article, 2 article, 3 low tier article pages writing about it. Next thing you know, like 5 big major players are writing about it. Like even till today, I try and read the crypto news every day. Like reading crypto news every day makes you a better trader. It makes you a much better trader. You're going to be able to you'll be earlier to trend. You're going to know what's happening at all times. You're going to know what people are doing in crypto. Like if you're not in any inner circles, you don't have any alpha groups, like you just reading the news every day is going to like keep you up to date with everything that's happening. So that's like my alpha on learning fast and early. But yeah, after that, like after the whole 2021, after the whole 2020 thing, I made some monies off DeFi stuff, and then DeFi protocols now started doing airdrops a lot. Ooh. Airdrop today, airdrop tomorrow, airdrop next tomorrow. And remember, these are the airdrop that were so hard to get back in the start. Like you have to apply, do competitions, bounties. But then now, just because you use the product, teams are giving you airdrop. Uniswap is the one that started that shit, by the way. So like everybody that is doing airdrops today in this method of use the platform then get an airdrop, they literally owe it to Uniswap. Uniswap started that thing, you know. And then after that whole season and shit like that, like that time I'll be telling my friends about crypto. I'll tell like my family about crypto, and they're like, please don't fall into scam. Oh, this thing is looking very scammy. You know, like they don't really understand this thing. What you say the price is up. Like crypto was really just seen as a scam then, so I didn't even like talking about it. You know, I was always like, I don't like to mention crypto in conversations. Like they'll start looking at you somehow when you start mentioning about crypto. You know, so I'll say like after that, so like, come on, I've read the news the whole of 2019, I've read the news the whole of 2020, and by that time, I already understood the importance of being up to date with the news, so you'll be able to catch trends earlier. So because of these habits that I developed in 2021 and 2022 and 2022, I was able to spot NFTs early. Like the same strategy, it starts from one article, maybe one low tier websites. It wasn't even Twitter I was using then, you know. I was just using Twitter for that guy's work. But obviously I was still learning and reading tweets and shit. So one person is talking about NFTs, two people is talking about NFTs, three people. It's always like a snowball effect. First is a few people talking about it, then is an average number of people talking about it, then is a lot of people talking about it. So but because I was always seeing it from the first time it's being talked about, like if you started researching into NFTs the very first time NFTs appeared on a major crypto news outlet, you were early to NFTs. If you started researching about DeFi the first time you saw the word DeFi on a major crypto news outlet, you were early to DeFi. So that's actually the key to being early to everything. Like just watch the news. If you saw the first meme coin article, you were early to meme coins. If you saw the first article about WIF going to 1 billion, you were early to these meme coins. So like you just being up to date with the news, with what every other person is doing in crypto, gets you that alpha of being early to trends way before a lot of other people catch on. There's channels, like I have to actually look for them because I don't have them off the top of my head. But then if you just literally just a Google search of like crypto news and then go to the news tab, you're gonna see like all the major things. But I think the only thing I'm seeing here is Cointelegraph. I tried to read from like 5 to 10 different sources. There's Cointelegraph, there's like let me even show you something. PR. Like I have like a lot of websites that I had kept track of to like keep up with the news and shit like that. Like you won't even believe it. I'll share my screen in a bit. How do I even share my screen again? Oh shit, not that one. Oh shit. So how do I now share my screen? I don't actually know. Oh, it is this one. Okay, sec. Let me see, is this the right one? Yeah, so like I had this whole big list of like news websites, you know, like bro, this is like how many websites are here? Those are I don't know, 500 crypto websites from different parts of the world, all languages, everything. Don't worry. But yeah, crazy shit, man. So like I had access to all these websites and I always like reading them. So it was pretty easy for me to like get all these things, you know. Like it was pretty easy for me to always stay up to date with news and stuff like that. So I was active. Is my stream lagging? So like I'm just hearing that my stream is lagging. Is it? Is it my computer? Did I not close enough tabs? Maybe I'll start streaming on my big setup, because I think this PC has actually been getting a bit, you know. So I'll probably start streaming on my bigger setup soon. Yeah. Okay, let me go back to my old screen now. So yeah, back to my story, like 2021, shit, man. So 2021 started good. Like DeFi was cooling off. Everybody was tired of buying the same blockchain, and the Uniswap of the blockchain, the lending protocol of the blockchain. So like there's popular trades each cycle. Like now, this cycle, buying the launchpad, buying the launchpad of every chain, buying the first meme coin of the launchpad. Like there's popular things to buy that always makes you profit with each narrative that comes. Back then it was buying the blockchain token, buying the exchange of the blockchain, buying the lending platform of the blockchain, so like for each chain. So crypto is so rewarding, man. Like you just need to know what you're doing, and it's so rewarding. So it's always to just buy those popular things, and then so that's how I was doing. That's how I was always like. That's how I was making little bits of profits here and there, you know. But always trying to like buy the right things. Earlier on. So after that, like I started seeing some chatter about NFTs. I'm seeing NFT this, NFT could revolutionize the world. You know how they always write all those news articles, NFT could be the next big thing, like. So of course I'm like, what's NFTs? I've heard of crypto kitties, I've heard of CryptoPunks. They're writing articles about CryptoPunk. A CryptoPunk NFT was just sold for a huge amount of money. So naturally you'll be like, okay, what's CryptoPunks? How can I get a CryptoPunk? This and that. So I was always like that. I was always like curious like that. And then, so I would say like NFTs started like becoming more and more popular. And then NFTs started becoming more and more popular. And oh shit. So as I was saying, NFT started becoming more and more popular. I heard about it, and I'm like, yeah, let me go into like NFTs. Let me try and see like what's happening with NFTs. And I was early to like a bit of the NFTs. I bought Pudgy Penguins. Like I bought a lot of Pudgy Penguins, maybe like 50 of them. I bought Cool Cats. I bought like I was just minting all the new NFTs, you know. But then I was minting everything, and they were going well because it was NFT season. Like I wasn't doing any extra research. Like maybe sometimes I'll see a news article, there's a hyped NFT mint coming by so team. I'll be like, okay, yeah, let me go and mint this. I mint it, I'm making a lot of money. I see like big crypto figures talking about certain NFT mints. I go and mint it, I make a lot of money. So it was like everything that was making it to the news, like to a couple news websites or a couple influencers were talking about it. Anything that I was like that just went big. So that was like my signals to knowing what to buy at all times, you know. Like, so maybe like I minted a bunch of the NFTs early on, a bunch of like the really popular NFTs, minted them early on. And I'm like, whoa, I feel like my first big NFT win was like it was something called Wicked Craniums, you know, but they're falling off now though. like 98% of NFTs that I bought, or 99% are no longer existing, or they've gone down or something. So I was always just like buying all these NFTs and shit. I was like, oh, okay, like, and then NFTs, I because I was buying them and I was always just tweeting about them, and where I was getting my alpha was just news articles. But people also buy them and they would make money and be like, "Whoa, this guy's really good." So people started following me. You know, I wasn't really trying to grow my followers. I wasn't trying to grow my followers, but then I knew that if I did grow my followers, I'd be able to make money because I've literally been managing a crypto influencer before. So it wasn't really my main target. I was just like tweeting shit that I was buying and doing while also having fun at my jobs. So I also like having a job, having a crypto job, like just working for someone in crypto, like that is really what kept me in this casino. Like throughout the bear market, throughout the bull markets, like just having a crypto job was like a major reason why I never, like, even though I lost everything a lot of times, like I just fall back to like my safety net of having a very small crypto job, you know. So like if you're new to crypto, like apart from whatever it is you're doing, that's like farming, airdrop hunting, all of this is like also just try your best to get some kind of like crypto job. Like just do any, there's so many crypto companies, like you can't tell me that you can't possibly get into one of those companies. Like there's so many, it doesn't have to be a big exchange. You don't need to be working for Binance for you to have a crypto job. Like you can work for even like some random project that I've worked for so many. I've worked for an exchange, I've worked for like small time projects, I've worked for an auditing firm, I've worked for Matic, a blockchain. I've worked for a lot of people in a lot of diverse fields. Like you just having that crypto job means that okay, whenever you even go back to zero, like you still have something that you're doing that is still crypto related. Thank you, Sam, for the follow. You're still doing something crypto related that's still keeping you in the space, no matter your loss, you know. So that's what really, I'll say that's what that played like a big part in keeping me in the space still. So I was like, yeah. I'm still in this space, I'm still in this shit, you know. And ooh. Sorry, I'm just trying to update my layout. Okay, so having a job in crypto was what kept me in crypto through the highs and through the lows. If I didn't have a job in crypto, I would have quit after a couple of losses. So yeah, man, where am I quitting to? The thing that is giving me money for my life comes from the same industry, whether it's by trading or by working. So I didn't have anywhere to quit to. Am I married? No, fuck that. I don't want to get married. At least not yet, anyways. Still very far away. But yeah. So I think through all these things that I'm saying, like it wasn't just like a smooth journey, like there was a lot of losses in between them. But like I feel like I'll go into those on like different special episodes, some of my favorite trades, some of like my favorites, like my crazy losses and stuff like that. Like because I can't, if I'm to say everything, like this stream will be very long. So yeah. But anyways, like I was early to like some wicked cranium. I minted some for like $200 to $50. I minted like 4 or 5, and I minted like 4 or 5, and then I just like and they just start going up. The floor is up in like a couple of minutes or a couple of hours, you know. Floor is up, like floor went up maybe like 0.5 ETH. I spent $250 in total minting all of them, and then the floor is at 0.5 ETH, which was like 1k each. That's like 5k. And I think I even minted more than 5, you know, like I minted like 7. When it dipped after launch, I bought some more. So before I knew it, like I had like 10k in NFTs. Like, first of all, it was the Hashmarks thing. I saw Kobe's tweet. I bought one with my dad's money. Stole some money from my dad's wallet. Like, bought a Hashmarks. Made some money of that. After that, they released this waifu thing. It was City's inner circle people. They released waifu. Bought waifus. I think I made money off waifus, but then I also lost the money. Like, yeah, I round trip waifus. So I bought waifus for like 1.5. It went to like 7k, and then I round tripped it back because I felt like I sold Hashmas too early. So because of that, I didn't want to sell waifus too early. So I actually like round tripped it instead. Like I bought after that. I also like start BNB was already like I'll show you guys like a screenshot from like March 2021. You know, I'll just put it up on screen. You know, so like, ooh, no, I didn't do that well. So this was in March 2021, you know. This was like my net worth all-time high at that point. I was like, yeah, I have some money, you know. Like this was like after the Hashmark success. So it was my first 5 figures. So that's why I was excited. It was my first 5 figs, and I'm like, whoa, crazy. Wait, let me see. I can't even find it. Okay, I think this is it. Yeah. Okay, so this was like my notes from 2021. I'm gonna expand it. So like I had this whole March 2021. I had like I sold Hashmarks for a profit, you know. After that, like I bought some ETH waifus. They went up. I bought some BNB waifus. I bought some because I even still had the Hashmarks, you know. Like I didn't even know I still had the Hashmarks then. No. Can you guys hear me? I think my Bluetooth went off for a bit. So like I had the Hashmarks, I had some waifu, I had some Bashmarks, I had something called Art by Ma. It was also some NFT from that time. I bought it for $100 or something, and it went to like 400, shit like that. Like, so I was like buying NFTs on all the chains, you know. This was like my first 5 figures, March 2021. And I was like, whoa, I'm actually like making progress. So like, not only do I have like a stable mid 3 figs to 4 figs job, I just made my first 5 figs while still having my 3 figs to 4 figs job. So like, I was just like, I don't want to achieve before marrying. And I just want day, you know. I just want day. If I feel like I need to, then I'm going to. But then for now, I just want day, that kind of thing. So, we just crossed 510 followers. Let's go. So, I was just like, yeah, now I made my first 5 figs through some NFTs. Although at this point, I've not taken any of the profit. Then I think like there was some mini meme coin run, like with some coins. because Hashmarks made a coin like that, and the coin was like doing really well. So people started like doing the same thing with coins and shit, and I'm just like, fuck, I need to start buying coins again. So like I got carried away. I sold all my NFTs, and I tried to. Is going to school worth it? Yeah, for sure. Go to school, guys. So I sold all my NFTs and I tried to do some leverage trading. You know, I tried to do some leverage trading. I put some money into Binance. I put like some 5K or so into Binance. I said, yeah, let me trade this Dogecoin thing and shit like that. And it went very bad, you know. At first, it went well at first, like, you know, maybe like my 5K turned to like 14K. And I was like, okay, let me trade SHIB. I long SHIB. I didn't know anything about longing or shorting, you know. I didn't know anything about like longing or shorting shit. I just knew like put money, go several X's, and if the price goes up, you'll make money. So that's exactly what I did. I just put money in shit and said, I hope I make money off this. And then next thing, you know, like the money that I made like 14K. I was like, yeah, wow, am I really going to hit 6 figures so fast? Like, was it that easy? It was very hard to go from 0 to 10K. Very hard. It took like so many years. Like this is March 2021. I started crypto in like 2019. So it took me like 3 years to make my first 10K. Like it's not as if I've known, like cumulatively I'd made more than 10K, but then I'd never making like 10K at once in crypto. But then for the first time, like all my crypto assets was worth 10K. I'm like, fuck yeah, like we're making progress. So I was very excited. I thought I was a big boy. So I started like planning to leave my country. I'm like, yeah, I need to move on to greener pastures. This place is becoming very limiting for me. So I started like trying to save up to move out of my country. And before you really know what's happening, like with that, while longing and shorting that whole meme coin craze, like this was just before Bored Apes Mint. So I was longing Dogecoin. I got distracted by meme coins. I went to go and because the markets were generally pumping. It's not as if it's only NFTs that was pumping. Like, it's not as if it's only NFTs that was pumping. Like, it was everything, the whole market, Bitcoin, Ethereum, meme coins, altcoins. So, and you know, there's this thing like leverage traders just post PNLs that just make you FOMO, and you're just like, whoa, I can actually do this. So but in reality, you cannot do. So, but I fell for that trap. I can't even lie. And then I lost like so I made my first 5 figures after 6 years. And then I lost it in like one day. And I'm like, oh my God, you can't actually be serious. Like, what? I'm going to be poor forever. I can never make this much money again. I can't believe I fucked up my one single chance to leave the trenches. Well, how am I going to move out of the country? Like, so many things was just entering my head that period. I was like, what did I just do? Why did I leverage trade? I should have held to. And then I went back to check the NFTs. They're still doing well. Like the NFTs are still like holding good floors. And I'm like, oh my God, I've actually done rubbish. But yeah, I was so sad. I didn't eat. I didn't want to sleep. I think I even smashed like my laptop or something. I was sad and angry. And the worst thing about crypto losses is like when you lose in crypto, like there's literally nobody to blame but yourself. So it's very hard. Like you just like in that cycle where you hate yourself, you know, like fuck, I really hate myself for like making these mistakes that I made. Because when you lose, you're going to know why you lost immediately. You'll be like, why didn't I sell? I sold, like, why did I sell the dip? Why didn't I sell? How did this work? Why did I do my... So there's always a lot of things to use to blame yourself. So I was always blaming myself a lot and hating myself a lot. And I'm like, well, it's what it is anyways. Like, it is what it is, you know? So, but that didn't really help anything. So like after March, I lost like all my money. I was like sad for a month. I had to go back and be serious with my jobs. I started doing all my articles again. I started I just went back to being serious with my job, you know. I'm like, well, I guess I have to wait till 2 weeks time again to get paid before I can gamble again. And then yeah, 2 weeks time, beginning of April, I gambled again. I probably lost it as well. I bought some more NFTs, I guess. Yeah, it's crazy, man. That's like the worst feeling is just the worst feeling in crypto is like grinding so hard to make some certain amount of money and then just carelessly losing it, like, or thinking you're very smart and you can keep going and then you just lose it and then you just get very humbled. Like, that's such a terrible feeling. I really hate it. Like, and then you may think like, bro, it took me so long. Like, after all the 20 rugs that I dodged, after all the excitement, are you really telling me that all that was for nothing? I've lost it all now. Like, wow, that's crazy. So because of that, I didn't touch perps again. I was like, no, 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 no. Trading is not for me. Like, trading is not for me. I didn't want to trade no more. I like, fuck that. I'm not trading shit. So I just went back to holding NFTs, you know. I went back to holding NFTs. I'm like, yeah, whatever it is, like, it's still NFT. So when I got paid, like 2 weeks after that, I minted some more NFTs around that period, and obviously some went well. I think it's like I didn't have like 100% hit rate. Like, maybe all the NFTs I minted them, they all went to zero. So by the gen says 0 to 10k isn't as hard as 10 to 100k. For me, 0 to 10k was hard though. It took 3 years to go 0 to 10k, and it took like 3-4 months. Actually, it took like 2 months, 3 months to go like 10k to 100k. So in my opinion, like, that 0 to 10k phase was really, really, really the hardest, because apart from you like trying to like be profitable, you're still trying. If you have zero in crypto, it means you're a newbie. Like, you're still trying to understand the ropes. There's so many scams that you have to pass as a rite of passage. Like, there's so many bad experiences you have to actually go through. Like, that's the worst part. And you're working with limited knowledge, little to zero knowledge about crypto. So it's so hard. Like, obviously, like, now that you have a lot of knowledge in crypto, now that I have a lot of crypto, like, it's actually now the easiest phase. Like, going from 0 to 10k, like, less than a day. There's multiple opportunities every day to go from 0 to 10k in crypto. Like, so I don't even like, but back then it was very hard because I didn't have the knowledge. So before you go find crypto, you have to like actually acquire knowledge. You have to know how it works. You have to know what makes things go up, what makes things go down. Like, you have to understand catalysts. Like, so those are all the mistakes that and all the things that you're gonna learn between 0 to 10k. And once you've learned all those things, you are going to go 0 to 10k very easily, you know, in my opinion. And then 10 to 100k is just like applying the same principles that you use from 0 to 10k. Like, it doesn't even really matter about like sizing. Like, you could be very careless and still go like 10 to 100k. But 10 to 0 very easy. Like, I told you, 3 years from 0 to 10, and then 1 day from 10 to 0. And then it took me like another 3 months after that to go back from that 0 back over to 10. So, you know, like, the thing is, like, that knowledge, like the accumulated knowledge of 3k of 3 years or 2 years that it took to go from 0 to 10k, that accumulated knowledge, even though I lost the 10k, I didn't lose the knowledge. I just keep applying the same principles, wait for the right things to just appear at the right times again, and boom, you're back over 10k, you know. So it was really straightforward and shit. And then after that, like, more NFTs started coming out. I was just minting everything, and that I didn't even have like an alpha group. Like, there was no alpha group. There wasn't really like anything going on then. So just me, Twitter, and my news articles. If I see like confluence between things I'm seeing on the news and things I'm seeing on Twitter, then I'm going to buy. That's like my buy signal, seeing confluence from things on the news and things on Twitter. So doing that took me back to 10K. I bought like and then at that time Bored Apes were minting. Like Bored Apes were minting around my birthday in 2021. That was like in April. And then I was like, okay, I didn't even know, like I saw the mint, but then it just seemed very random. But obviously, like I should have known that anything that I'm seeing on my feed is not random, because like my followers were very, very curated. I was only following important people that had the ability to pump bags or move markets, kind of thing. So yeah, it was. So after that, like I kept buying. There was this like bull NFTs. I bought some of them as well. I made another 10K of that. Like before I knew what was happening, I bought a lot of pudgy penguins. It went to 1 ETH, and I'm like, woo! Like pudgy penguins is crazy. Like pudgy penguins went up so much, and a lot of my friends, like, because I was already like hitting like good NFT trades before that, so now a lot more people were like actually like listening to me when I was like buying stuff. That's when I started like my TG channel. I started my TG channel around then as well. I started my TG channel around then, and I was like, I started my TG channel around then, and I was like, okay. I need to start dropping things that, because to me, I wasn't doing anything special, and people just thought like I had some place where I was doing special things, or I had a place where I was getting alpha from or something, but it was literally just being updated with the news. So I didn't feel like anything I was doing was special. But Dijon said, "Did you ever explore Devin and pushing?" Oh, I did. Like, I did like a coin in 2020. I did a coin in 2021, but like they were all never successful. I never knew how to do a successful coin, so I just knew like that wasn't for me. Like every time I trade, I'm making 4 figures, 5 figures back then, and then anytime I'm trying to be a dev, I'm losing 4 figures, 5 figures. Like I think I was the only dev that was losing money and I wasn't making money. Because people say if you're a dev, then you shouldn't lose money. Like like at worst case scenario, you should be break even. But I was actually losing money being a dev. So I was like, what's going on now? This is not how it's meant to be. Like obviously I don't have any dev friends. I didn't have any dev friends. I didn't know how the whole creating a coin and making it successful. Like maybe if the person that I was working for in crypto was like a dev, there would have been things that I could learn from him about making a coin successful. But just because the person that really onboarded me to crypto was an influencer, so I just ended up on this path. Like I feel like that really defined the path that I ended up based on who brought me into crypto. It was a trader that got me interested in crypto, then I would have been a trader, like a leverage trader. So I feel like your journey in crypto really depends on how or who showed you the ropes, like what you did when you started. Like what you do when you start crypto like determines the rest of your life in crypto mostly. Sometimes not though, but mostly like obviously like a trader can't bring you into crypto and then a trader can bring you into crypto and then you see yourself doing like marketing. You just naturally end up doing whatever it is that whoever brought you into crypto is doing, you know, because you learn tips and tricks and things that people don't know in that area and then develop an edge in that area. So that was really it then. And then I minted a couple more NFTs. Like I think NFTs really now started becoming fun in I minted this, like the real thing that really, like one of the highlights of that of my 20, some of my highlight, some of the highlights of like that 2021 season was I minted a Fortune magazine thing. So, you know, after the whole March bullshit, lost my money on leverage trading, trying to run it back up with my salary and trying to mint NFTs, made some profit off Budget Penguins. I don't know why I used the money to do. I used to do some things to make my life better, I guess. Probably all those kind of things, you know. So, and then after that whole thing, some popular artists released this Fortune magazine cover. I was onboarded with development. Yeah. See, like if you were like literally, it's whatever you were onboarded with that you kind of like pick up on. Airdrops. I always just go airdrops from doing what everybody is doing, and you know, like in the start I was always looking for airdrops a lot. So like even when I was making money from other things, I was always just trying to like get into airdrop opportunities or try and look for airdrop opportunities and everything that I was doing, you know. So I didn't let that go. Could you make banks from airdrop? I made a lot of money from airdrops. I made money from Rope. I made money from Cope. The funny thing is, like, a lot of people that I told about Cope made more money than me from Cope. Like, maybe I made like 5K from Cope and they all made like 10K, 20K, 30K, type shit. So yeah, it was actually crazy. Did I make most of my money from meme coins or leverage trading? I lost most of my money from leverage trading. Leverage trading has not done anything. I only had like a good 3 months in leverage trading, and then after, like, that's the only thing I can say. Like, in all my years of crypto, maybe I only had like a good 3 months, 4 months of leverage trading. After that, I only have bad experiences about leverage trading. But I still do it though, you know. Because I have bad experiences doesn't mean I'll stop doing it. So I still do it regardless. So it's actually crazy. And then yeah, I said before that I reached 7 figures and lost it all. So basically what happened, like, was, it's still like we're actually leading up to this. So like we're still like 2021. I just made like my first like 5 figures in March. Then then a day after making my first 5 figures, I lost it all leverage trading. I started grinding back up. Then I finally saw like this NFT mint. It was Fortune magazine. Like Fortune magazine did a collab with like crypto influencers, and they released an NFT. I minted the NFT, of course, because I saw it in the news that it was gonna happen. There was gonna be a Fortune magazine mint. So I saved up some money, saved up the gas fees. I minted out the Fortune magazine NFTs. And then what happened? Like within minutes, it went up to like 20K, 30K. That same day, we had a mint for art blocks. So like art blocks was a thing. Like, I don't know if you guys know art blocks, but yeah, art blocks was a thing back then. So we had the mint for Fortune magazine and art blocks that day. I was chilling in a house with my friends, like we're just chilling. It was like a Friday, start of the weekend. So I wanted to like just share and party that weekend. And yes, but I was like, I have 2 mints. I have like 3K. I have 1.5K for the Fortune magazine mint, and I have 1.5K for the art blocks mint. So that was my plan for the day, mint those 2 things. And then I minted the Fortune magazine shit, and I'm like, whoa, I just minted this thing with 1.5, and this shit is on like 25K. What the fuck? Like, usually it's like NFTs do that, but then it never did that fast, you know? Like, yeah, an NFT would go up a lot. Like, there's many NFTs that I bought with like some 2K, 3K that went up to like 10K and stuff, but they never happened instantly. What would happen sometimes is like maybe just go like 2 or 3x in the first couple of hours, and then after that 2 or 3x, it's gonna go down, and I'm just like, oh. And then I usually sell when it goes down, so I don't usually ride the wave when it starts being parabolic. The major things that I really rode the wave for were things that major things that I rode the wave for were things that the morning happened almost instantly. Like project morning was something that happened almost instantly. Those were like mainly the things that I was early for. So anyways, like after that, I minted the art blocks thing. Art blocks also went crazy. The art blocks went to like 15k or something, and I'm like, whoa, 25k from Fortune magazine, 15k from art blocks. Like that's like, I don't even know how much that, maybe like 40k. And obviously I had like some little 10,000 something in other NFTs. That's like and then there was a mint for the next week. There was this Henny mint by this big crypto art gallery on a new blockchain and stuff. So I had another big hyped mint that was coming up next week, or at least the next week. So I'm just like, whoa, let me see what's up. So at that point, like I sold my Fortune magazine for 8 ETH. I sold my art blocks for like some 5 ETH. Art blocks was just a simple flip, just mint it. If you were one of the people that were able to mint, you can instantly sell it for profit. So that was like, art blocks was like your instant profit thing. Like go mint an art blocks, sell it for profit, rinse and repeat every fucking time. Always worked. Like it was just guaranteed. So every day it was an art blocks mint day. I was like, this guaranteed money for me, you know. So it was like really cool and crazy then. And then so that day I made like 40k. That's the most money I'd made in a day. Like fuck, this is a lot of money. Like, and then my remaining small NFTs, I had like some 10k in some other small NFTs. So what I did was like, I started looking for how to trade, because I still couldn't afford like so many things. So like I used that, you know, I said I was planning to leave my country. So I used that like first 40k to like pay my school fees abroad, and like pay for the tuition, pay for the flights, pay for the visa process. That's really what I did with that money. So I was down to like my last 10k, which was in NFTs, you know, like illiquid NFTs, some art stuff. So I started looking for how to get a Bored Ape, because at that point I was seeing a lot of articles about Bored Apes. This was a couple months after it minted, so it was on like maybe like 5/8 floor. So yeah, from when it was around 5/8 floor, I wanted a Bored Ape, and I'm like, I gotta get it somehow. I don't have 5/8 right now, but I gotta get 5/8 somehow, you know. So I was always thinking, how do I get 5/8? What do I do? How do I get 5/8? And then I think like the day of the like Damien Hirst NFT, I woke up, I was like, yeah, I have 2 whitelists for this. That was like one of the earliest whitelist things. I had 2 whitelists to mint the shirt. The mint was like 2k each. I don't know if it was 2k each or 4k each. I think it was 4k each actually. So like I had 10k, so it was like I needed to use 80% of my portfolio to mint this Damien Hirst shit. And yeah, I minted it, and then maybe like it was slow at first because the blockchain crashed, and I'm like, oh my god, I just lost all my money again. Like what the fuck? But I was like, okay, well, at least like I paid my tuition, I paid for my flights and my visa, so yeah, I just lost all my money, but I'm chilling, but I'm kind of broke, you know. But then yeah, maybe like the next day, the Damien Hirst NFC started to pump. The guy posted about it. It's pumping some more. I'm like, whoa, we're winning! And then when both of the NFTs went from, so I minted them 4k each, so total of 8k, and then they went to being like I would say they went to being like 20K, like 15K, 16K. Around Lafcan, 15K, 16K. So I went into the Bored Ape Discord server. I was like, yo, I'm looking to trade some NFTs for a Bored Ape. If anyone is down to trade, you know. Then people were like, oh, what do you want to trade for it? I'm like, well, I have this Damien Hirst NFTs, I have a couple more NFTs, and I have a little bit of BNB. And the guy was like, that's BNB has been in my BNB wallet for a long time. And so I was like, yeah, I'll take your Hearst NFTs and stuff for one of my Bored Apes. So I sent him my Hearst NFTs. He sent me a Bored Ape. I sent him like 2 BNB extra, and boom, I had a Bored Ape at an approximate. And around that time, Bored Apes was getting a lot of volume. Like it just went from like 5/8 floor, 6/8 floor, 7/8 floor. So it was making it hard for me to close the trade with guy. I'm like, bro, this thing that I'm paying you is actually too much, because the only reason is because Bored Apes have pumped a lot. So that's the only reason why I can even be talking about this thing we're talking about. So yeah, like Bored Apes was up a lot and shit like that. And then he said, well, do you want it or you don't want it? And I'm like, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to use my entire portfolio and trade it into a Bored Ape. So like at that point, the Bored Ape NFT was pretty much the only thing I had. That was my whole net worth. So because that was everything I had, and I was really scared because now that's a lot of money to have in a picture, and I'm not someone that's coming from money, you know. I wasn't coming from money. I was just like, this is definitely a bad idea, but I'm gonna do it anyways, because why not? Like, I love bad ideas. What could go wrong? So yeah, I swapped to the Bored Ape, but then I wasn't. It was too scary. It was scary. I need money, man. Like, I'm leaving the country in a couple months. Like, I can't really be holding on. Like, a picture cannot be my plan. Like, that can seriously be my plan. So I was really always like kind of scared and stuff. And then I was just like, I would just be watching the charts every day. Like every day I'm watching the charts. Any small dip, I'm panicking. I'm already kind of looking for buyers. Like, does anyone want to buy? I'm usually asking in the Discord, okay, how much is this Bored Ape worth? How much is it? Because like, yeah, like it's cool and all to have a Bored Ape, but then, bro, I need money. Like I can't risk that much money on an NFT, especially when I'm just starting out. And that's like the most money I've had in my life. So like some 40K. I remember I bought it at 20K, so I was happy when I saw like it pumped to like some 10/8 floor. Okay, it's now worth 20K. It pumped to like some 15/8 floor. Okay, it's now worth like 25K. Like it's now worth like 30K or something like that. So like ETH is also pumping, Bored Apes is pumping. I'm like, okay, this is good. Let's just be going like this, you know. And then the moment, like, I still remember, like, the moment it hits like 28th floor, I was like, okay, when this thing gets to a 28th floor, 28th is about 50,000 US dollars. I'm gonna sell here, because now that's a lot of money to me. Like, that's enough to do everything I want to do right now in life, and I'm still gonna have a lot of change. So I was like, when it gets to 28th floor, I'm gonna sell. I wasn't even thinking of what happens after. My own cause I was like, let this thing just reach 28th. When it reaches 28th, I'm done. I'm at 50K. 50K is a lot of money because I've also just paid my school fees and shit. So yeah, that's like some cool money extra to take to leave the country. So I held it, and then it hit 28th floor, and immediately I just listed my NFT for sale into that volume of breaking 28th. And I'm like, okay, now I need someone to buy this shit. And unfortunately for me, nobody was buying it. The floor was going back down. I'm like, oh my gosh, please, no. And then everybody was undercutting. Do I still have any? I have one more budget penguin. Just one though. So like, everybody was like undercutting after I hit that 28th floor. One idiot listed it for 19.9, somebody did 19.8, 19.7, 19.9. And I'm like, who are these guys, bro? Just stop. Like, most watched egg. You have been chosen by the egg. Stay blessed. What's that? What the hell? Whoa. What's that? Most watched egg shared you with 5,000 bits. What are bits? I don't know what bits are. Whoa, well, I guess that's a good thing though. Thank you. I guess it's like some kind of tip or donation. I don't really know. But wow. Thank you, guys. Thank you, most watched egg. What's even most watched egg? Let's figure it out. Account created September 13th, a couple days ago. Wow. I don't know what most watched egg is, but I'm trying to figure out. Oh yeah, thank you. It's actually just like, okay, it's a pump fund coin. Oh. Oh. Yeah. I just realized it's a meme coin. Oh. That is live. Oh. That's cool. Wow. Is that a buy signal? Let me see what the egg is at. I want to see what is like what the. I don't even know what 5,000 bits is. What's 5,000 bits? I don't know. I guess I'll figure it out sometime. It's like some. I'm just gonna like see what it's all about. Sorry, small break. It's some thing. It's something. That's what I can say. I don't know where it's at yet though. I should probably check that first. But I saw it was like being followed by Lexa Pro and followed by somebody else and followed by somebody. If I'm following the person, that means he's a good trader. Cool. Oh. That's cool. Thank you guys for giving me some of your fees. Means a lot. But yeah. So yeah, what were we on? We're back. Thank you, Primes, for following. Yay. $50. Oh, 100 bits is $1. So like $50. Wow, nice. That's the most money I've made on Twitch since I started streaming. Crazy. Yeah. Did I ever want to quit after losing my first thing? Of course, I wanted to, I quitted. Like, I went back to my job, you know. But my job was a crypto job, so yeah, I quit and then I went back to my crypto job. So my crypto job was paying me like, I think $250 per week. So yeah, I just went back to go and work for a week, get to $50 again. But it was very, very depressing. Like, imagine you no, nobody's dethroning ByteGen, don't worry. So like I went back to my job, you know. I went back to my job paying me $250 a week. So, you know, I went from being worth $10K to going back to my $250 per week job. So it's even as you're working, you will even be angry. You'll be like, I literally had much more than this, man. What the hell? So I was always angry when working after losing. But then that's what I always just usually went back to when I lost. So that's why even though after all the times that I lost and quit, I'm still in the game, is because I didn't really have a choice. So someone said, what was my uni degree and did I ever work with it? My uni degree was I did computer science in uni, but my mom actually forced me to. Whoa! What did Bite Jen just do? He gifted a lot of subs to a lot of people. Wow! Thank you so much. That's crazy. Wow. I've never actually gotten gifts on Twitch before, you know. Like, I actually have never gotten all this. Like, I didn't, like, wow, thank you, Bite Jen. Wow, thank you. Like, I don't know what all these gifts mean yet, but we'll figure it out. But wow, what a boss move. Thank you. W Bite Jen in chat. W Bite Jen. But yeah, my uni degree was like a computer science degree. Like, wow. Thank you guys. I don't know, like I'm seeing some notifications up here, but I don't even know what that means, you know? So, my uni degree, computer science, I didn't ever do any work with it though. What does a hype train mean? Somebody said a hype train just started in your channel, but I don't know what that means. So, but yeah, cool, I guess. I don't know what that means. So, I never worked with it. Any plans you got after crypto and Afro Birmingham or straight to retirement? Like, I want to like build, like, I want to be able to build things. Like, I've been in this industry for so long, and the industry has just been very giving to me. It's literally it's pretty much changed my life. You get, like, it's quite literally changed my life. So I'm just like really, like, I want to do something that makes a difference here now. Like, I want to do something that actually people can use. Like, that's why, like, I'm kind of building like a wallet and like a trading app. Like, I want to add to the space kind of thing. And when I say add to the space, I don't just want to do a meme coin for people to gamble on. Like, I want to like add real value. And I've never really thought about this in the past, but maybe because like while building Afro Birmingham, it gave me like this whole sense of like, it gave me like an entrepreneurial mindset kind of thing. So I've always just like wanted to I just want to like build something that's going to last 10 years, 20 years, like that's going to last cycle after cycle. Like, I want to actually like build things to contribute to the space now. That's the reason why you're not really seeing me hopping on any of like all these meme coin launches. Like, if I'm going to do something, like it's going to be something like proper standard. Like, I wanted to do a restaurant in real life, and it's the biggest like African restaurants in England. Like, so if I'm doing something, I like to go big. So that's what I want to do next, you know. That's what I want to do next. Oh yeah, man. Crazy. What was the next question? Do you mind when people in crypto say the N-word? I don't care. Like, I don't actually care. Like, my first boss, the guy that I was like being his crypto account manager, like, that guy was always calling me the N-word, and it was a very, very white guy. But I didn't really care, man. Like, I'm here to make money, you know? Like, anyone can say what they want. Like, it's not affecting me. Like, you know, like, I'm not soft, so yeah, anyone can say what they want. I don't really take offense in really anything, really. But yeah, crypto feels extra special, especially because where we are from, the chances. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, crypto is like, whoa, W Byte Jenny chat. Oh, thanks Max11 for following. Means a lot. Wow. So it's like crypto really like it's really changed my life. What's hype train success? Guys, you know I'm actually like new to Twitch streaming now, so I don't know what like all these notifications I'm seeing on my screen is. But yeah, I'm just like apparently I have a new emoji. Cool. Cool stuff. But yeah, crypto is extra special. Yeah, we were like chances are slim, man. Like I literally just said, like I was just going from trying to find legit online service to trying to find jobs that pay in crypto to finding a job with a big influencer. From finding a job with a big influencer, I went to working with like crypto companies. I worked with Prime XBT. I worked with Afen. I worked with Quidax. I worked with I didn't work with Luno. I tried to work with Luno, but they never really replied any of my stuff. Like back then, I would like write emails to all the big crypto companies. My thesis was like, yeah. Oh, a Twitch hype train is a temporary event where viewers are encouraged to contribute bits or gifts to collectively. Oh, I guess that's cool then. Yay, we completed the hype train. Cool shape, man. Thank you, guys. Means a lot. But yeah, man, like I wasn't really ever like I wasn't really ever bored. Like I just kept going from one thing to one thing to one thing ever since I started. But the most important part of my journey was like that first 1 year of always reading the news every day and learning. Like once you've learned the ropes, like everything else is just like easy. Like, you know, everything else just becomes much more easier. Any plans after crypto and after Birmingham? Yeah, I just talked about that. How many boys crypto saved? Crypto has saved everybody. What was I selling myself as? I was saying that let me try and search my WhatsApp. Like I had like this whole copy. It was like I can do like I'm an 18-year-old or 19-year-old computer science student. I can do a lot of things that's computer science related. I can be a virtual assistant. I can be like it depends on if I'm writing on Reddit. That's what I was writing. I can do like graphic design. I can do your logos. I can do your branding. I can do your websites. Hire me, please. You're supporting like a student that is just trying to not beg for handouts and actually work for money that he makes. So that's what I was posting on Reddit. But then to company emails, to crypto companies in their emails, like I would usually like tell them that, oh, hi, I'm King. I can organize like a crypto training session for them, and then I can use, and I'm going to use their exchange in that crypto trading class. Like I'll tell them that I can get them articles in all the top crypto news websites. That's like Cointelegraph, CoinDesk, all those big crypto news websites, because I literally had access to all of them. So I was like, I can get you articles in all these things, or I can tell them that I can connect them to, so I'll write an email to crypto projects and companies. I'll be like, I can connect you to big YouTubers, streamers, influencers, because those were all my jobs that I was doing for other people. So I was helping Prime XBT post articles. I was helping Quidax reach out to influencers. I was helping some smaller projects connect to like YouTubers. I had a sheet with like YouTubers, influencers, their prices, and then I'll use this information and this like access that I had to them and try and sell it to exchanges or wherever I thought needed these services, and then I get like a commission of that. So that's what I was really doing. So regardless of anything, there's always a project that needs that. I feel like that's like the easiest job to do in crypto, on God, like, because it's just you chatting. If you are connected to like a couple KOLs or a couple, or you know how to publish articles on websites and stuff like that, like just DM lots of projects. I was DMing like 20 projects a day sometimes, but I wasn't DMing too much, so Twitter doesn't suspend my account and flags me as like a spam. So I was just always DMing them. Do you people need, I can connect you to this. These are the list of that time they were called influencers, they weren't called KOLs then. These are the list of like influencers that I can connect you to. These are the websites that I can get any article about you published on. I can even outsource writing the article about your project and publishing it. So like, bro, I feel like I've always been like a marketing genius kind of thing, because I learned from people who were geniuses. Yeah, man. W stream. Wow, I've never gotten so many gifts in a stream. It's amazing. Wow. ByteGen, before crypto, I was earning 100k naira monthly as a developer in Web2. Now at least 5k monthly. Yeah, that's fire, bro. You know, that's actually so fire. One story, it was maybe like 50, like my mom was sending me like 5k a month for school, like 5k naira a month. Then I got my first job of like $25 per week. Then I went from the $25 per week job to like the $250 per week job with Prime XBT, and I was like there for a long time. Quidax had me like on a contract. I got 10k from that contract. Afen had me, maybe I got like 3k from that contract. So like I was in both contract works and like any kind of work that wants to come, like I was the guy for it. Like everything marketing, like I'll connect you to whoever the fuck you want to be connected to. Like since I'm not that guy yet, but I can connect you to whoever you want, you know? So wow, that's crazy. Like I know like dev stuff, cool, like if you just keep doing it, like eventually you're gonna cook hard. I have a friend who was a dev. I just don't really say the person's name, but the person is retired now. Like he was a dev that was always just doing all these random launches. Like he would just randomly launch a coin, try and push it to groups, normal meme coin grind. And then one random night, the guy did a coin. He got an artist to like do art for the coin, and he was pushing it. And now that coin is, even till today, the coin is at 250 mil market cap. Like the guy's retired, you know. The coin went to 30 mil market cap in its first week of launch, and he had 40% of supply. So I was like, he's after that we'd not hear from him. He's retired now. Like there's so many of my friends, so many people that I met in crypto that are now retired. So like me being in the space, seeing all these things, seeing people retire left, right, center, like it's crazy. So many of my friends, so many people that I used to talk to in 2021, they retired in 2021. So many people from last year even retired. I had like my old manager is retired. Like actually both of my old managers are now retired. Like so me just like seeing all these things happening in this space, like I just know like, oh shit, like it's real. Like I'm around people that I'm actually seeing their story that crypto is changing their life. So all those things just like kept me going regardless of the losses. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna like lose, but it's what it is. Someone said, are you building an exchange? No, I'm building a crypto wallet. Like it's more like an all-in-one solution. So like it's a wallet, it's a trading terminal. You can do like a lot of like, you have your dApp browser, like literally like Phantom, but like 10 times better, you know, that kind of thing. Like I'm building a wallet where you don't really need to use 20 different websites or connect it to like 10 different apps for you to like do all the things that you want to do in crypto. Like it's like an all-in-one app for everything crypto. Even cashing out, like if you're trying to cash out your crypto, like all within the app. If you're trying to spend your crypto, if you're trying to like make your crypto, get a virtual card from your crypto, like all be from that one. So it's like a very, very, very ambitious project. Like, but yeah, we just been like working on it. That's going to be like probably like my next big thing that I'm gonna do in this space, along with streaming, you know. Yeah, crypto makes you look hella fraudulent, you know. But yeah, back to the story, guys. I was just taking a bit and reading all the new comments. I fumbled the whole of 2021 because of Elon's SNL appearance. Round trip my 18k to zero. Yeah, man. If you round trip 18k to zero, I can definitely, like, it's going to be so much easier to run it back up. Like, round tripping, like, no, the first time that you would make six figures is not actually the time that you're going to maintain six figures, except you're like really, really smart. Like, it's quite rare where I've seen someone, the first time he made six figures, he kept it and played everything right and like became like a six-figure guy. The first time you make five figures, 80% chance you're gonna lose it, but then another 90% chance that you're gonna get it back, because it's the same thing. Like, for you to make it, like, you just do what you did to make it, and it's gonna like one way or another like come back and like be the same thing. So yeah, like after those 2 minutes with Fortune magazine and the art blogs, I just found out that art blocks is free money, so I just get to minting art blocks every Tuesday and Thursday. There's an art block mint. I mint. I make money. I make money. Before you know it, like I'm doing all those. Any NFT project that is hyped. Obviously now I had capital, so I could compete in all the gas wars and everything. Like I had capital to compete with like the top guys, because I'm not gonna spend 50k on a mint. Like max, you're spending like 10k for you to win a gas war mint. So yeah, like just chill, like your mint. I was just accumulating all this money. During this period, did you already have a following that you could build trust on? And what was the response rate from both Red? During this period, I didn't really have a following. Like I had 20k followers in 2021. Actually, like 15k. I was between 15 to 20k. That's what I had in 2021. So I didn't have a following, like, and that 15 to 20k is like because of all the mad shit that I did during DeFi summer, all the trading up, then having like a job with like Afen, having a job with Quidax, having a job with Prime XBT. So all those things, like, and getting like, I was early to a few airdrops. I was talking about the airdrops, sharing. I feel like I even did a crypto class during that period. So like all those things just give me like my first 10k followers, my first 10k, first 15k followers, and then always just posting about my NFT trades, like all the successful trades and my profits, P&Ls. It was just going crazy, you know? Yeah. And then after that, it was like, now I understood what makes an NFT successful. I was minting every single successful NFT, mint, flip. Like I stopped keeping track of money I was making. I just knew like every day I must mint something and I must sell something and I must make money. Like there's always some, like I was making so much money. Like maybe I was making like, it's not as it started at 200 followers, 0 followers actually. Like it was just a random account I had during my school days. I feel like one day people will go and check all those like my 2018 tweets, 2019 tweets, and they'll see like some crazy shit. I wasn't really even tweeting, I was just retweeting things. It was just like a random account. I wasn't too active on Twitter, so yeah, I didn't see a need to be active, you know. Regarding the judge you posted, I have a friend that mod his Salah. Okay, just send me this, like, or you know what, I'll just copy it so that I'm gonna remember to check after the stream. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I saved it in my notes. I'll check that after the stream. Well, and then so every day, like I feel like after that first 50k, Board apes went to 50K. I sold it for the 28th floor. After that, I put like some 30K. I withdrew 30K to like real life. Use it to send some money to my parents, send some money to my sisters, send some money to my friends, like, and then I still had like a lot for myself. My travel was sorted. I converted some money to pounds so I can use it to take to the UK. Like I was chilling and I still had like 20K in crypto. So I'm like, yeah. And I knew like the next Thursday, another Art Blocks is meeting. I'm definitely going to make money on that. So that 20K, within like 2 weeks, I ran it to like 100K. Just because like, since I knew Art Blocks was guaranteed profits, so the next Art Blocks that came, I just max minted, like, boom. I minted as many as 10K could mint, and I sold everything for like 5K profit. Next Tuesday, another Art Blocks mint, boom, minted. Like, so I was compounding, so I grew very fast, you know. Okay, I'ma check Byte Gen 2, our #1 gifter, for sure, man. I'm gonna message you. So, like, I was always just like minting, like I was compounding because I already knew what was profitable. Like I already knew what was profitable to do, and it was working with a very, very high success rate, like 90% success rate. So if you already know, like, this is what I have to do to get like money, you know, so why don't you, like, just make the most of the opportunity. Like, so I was max minting all the Art Blocks, and by max minting all the Art Blocks and all the hype mints, I made a lot of money. Like before I knew it, I'm at 100K. When I made my first 100K, I literally called all my boys. I'm like, yo, I just crossed 100K in net worth. That's crazy. I think I was already in UK. I was already in the UK that time. I just moved to the UK like maybe like some weeks ago. And I'm like, wow, I just made my first 100K, guys. You guys can't believe it. Like a few months ago, I was just like 50K without Bored Ape. I felt so happy. I felt like, wow, I can buy this whole supermarket. Like when my Bored Ape got sold, when I got the notification that boom, the Bored Ape has sold for 50K USD. I was in the supermarket. I was like, wow. So I can literally just buy this whole supermarket right now if I want to. Like, that's some crazy shit, you know. I was feeling myself, man. But yeah, we drew some 30K, locked in again, ran into like 100K, and I'm like, whoa, is life literally this easy? Before I know it, like in less than 2 hours, I just went to my group and said, guys, I just crossed 100K. Wow, I'm so happy. Less than 2 hours after that, I'm at like 150K. One day after that, it's like 170. Next day, it's like 250. I'm like, whoa, slow down. Like, slow down. That's crazy. Like, it did not take any time. Like, I told my mom about it too. I was like, oh, I just made my first 100K. She was like, please, remember to take your money out. This one is not going to be here forever. Like, I was just like, bro, I need to like actually, like, I was very happy. Like, so I was like, okay, yeah, I'll take my money out. Like my friends, my parents, they were always like keeping me level-headed. Always remember to sell, remember where you're from, we don't have money, all these things. You're telling me people are holding NFT of 250K, 300K, don't follow them and do that one. So they're always giving me all those kind advice, and I'll be like, yeah, I'm active. So I was always so that's why I was never really holding. I was always just selling, you know. I was always selling, crazy. Then after that whole thing, I'm like, before I knew it, from some 40K to like 100K, 10 minutes later, 120, 150. Before I know it, I'm at 200. And I'm like, whoa, okay, this is a lot of money. That was around like September of 2021 now. And I'm like, no, actually like around August of 2021, because everything happened so fast. Like between 100K and like 500K, it happened way too fast before I could even process anything. So like I sold like half of that 250k. I bought a car of 100k. I bought my first car in the UK. It was like some black Tesla. I withdrew 100k to my GT bank, 100k dollars. I bought the car. I was like, yeah, taking some profits to real life. That's cool. That's cool. I paid off my rent for like a year and stuff. Like, yeah, we're like chilling, you know. So after doing like all of that, you know, after doing all of that, then I was like, okay, let me go back into the Web3 NFT world. And then maybe like the week after that, or like, I don't know if it was the week after that, but like within that same 2 weeks, because everything was just going so crazy. Like everything was going so crazy. Like I think that same week was around when we had like, that same week was around when we had loot, loot A gold, B gold. Like, so I played that whole loot narrative so perfectly. So because of loot, I went from like, so you know, obviously like I had like 250, I sold 100k, I had like 150. So I went from like 150k to like 600k with loot. That's like loot for adventure. Loot was a free mint. I minted 50 of it and it went to like 100k floor. And they now give us airdrops, the loot, like if you hold a loot NFT, they airdropped you the loot coin, adventurers gold, like made a fuck ton of money, like fuck. Like it was too much money and I'm like, yeah, this is the shit. Like, so very quickly I went from like 150 to like 500,000, 600. Loot was pumping, the tokens was token 700. So I feel like loot was like that really big trade that made like the biggest impact in my portfolio of that 2021 year. Because now after loot, I actually did not sell anywhere close to the top. I sold it for a lot. I made like at least like 500k off loot. Like, on God, I made a lot of money off loot, but I didn't sell anywhere close to the top. So at the top, like all the loot I had at the top was maybe like 2-3 million, but then I didn't hold it to the top. So I was always living in regret. I was like, fuck. But then it was still like 600k, 700k, like a lot of money, you know. I withdrew a lot of the money. I got a house in like Lagos, Nigeria. Got a nice duplex there. I spent like 300k on the duplex. And I'm like, wow, I have lots of monies, man. That's crazy. So, you know, I went back from like, but I think like while paying for that house, I wasn't like trying to like do it all at once. Like I was trying to do it a bit. But then, yeah, eventually like it was like all done. And I'm like, whoa, we're out here, you know? And then, so now like I moved out of the country. I got a house back home. I got a nice car here. My rent is paid. My bills are paid. I still have like a lot of liquid crypto. I have a lot of NFTs. And I'm just like, okay, now I can like chill. So that's when like I started to like chill. Like I was like, now I could like, I didn't need to be active every day because I felt like I was comfortable. Like I wasn't really looking for more money. Like now I was just doing like, I started doing all those big boy moves, just buying like some of the top coins, like bought some Bitcoin, bought some Ethereum, put money into some of the big coin. But then I think like, and then of course like many of those things actually were still like things that, like I was just like, okay, it gave me like confidence to be more chill. Like at that point, I believed like, yeah, crypto is the fucking future. Like nothing can change my mind. Like I was convinced that crypto can never die. Like it's the future of everything. Like that this is what is going to change my destiny. Like that kind of thing. I was like, yeah, it has to be crypto, you know. And then yeah, so like I really believed in crypto, you know. I really believed in crypto. So because of that, like I never withdrew. Like the money from my house was like the last money I withdrew really from crypto because I had enough in real life. So I didn't need to take money out of out of crypto. So like I was just like, yeah. I'm a chill, you know. Like now I'm just like chilling. I left my money in a lot of coins and crypto because I was very confident. I've made a lot of money this cycle. You know, people say put in the safe coins, Bitcoin, Ethereum, all the top coins. Then I think BNB coin, a bunch of like I don't remember the coins, but then like some of all this top. Then a lot of the DeFi coins. Oh my god, I bought a lot of DeFi coins when I made money from NFTs. So I started buying all this AVE, I started buying Uniswap again, I bought 1inch, all those kind of coins, you know. Like, so because I've already made a lot of money this cycle, so I'm just like, okay, I don't need to take risky things again. I'm just gonna put into simple things. And I did all that. I was not really actively minting NFTs again. And I feel like that's one of the mistakes I made in the 2021 cycle. Because like I really came from almost zero to like going to like almost 1M even after like buying lots of things in real life. So I was always I just felt like I've made too much money this cycle. Like let me chill for a second. Let me like enjoy my profits for a bit, you know. I didn't know that because I felt like the bull run was gonna go on forever. Like things was gonna be like that forever. If they told me NFTs were gonna die, I'm gonna be like, you don't know what you're saying, man. This is the future of art, you know, like all art is gonna be NFTs. Like I was so convinced, you know, I was feeling like a genius. So I just felt like things would always remain like that. Like I didn't know what a bull run or bear market was. I just knew like there was a time in crypto things were slow, but then things are going really well now. So I thought it would be there forever. That was like my first bull market. So I thought it would be there forever. But yeah, it was like crazy. So like I wasn't minting much NFTs. I was like, no, I want to take a break now. Let me focus on school. Like I have school. I literally put crypto aside to focus on school. I was just like, I was like being more social. Like I started having a girlfriend. All these like things that I'm like, okay, I want to enjoy life, you know. Instead of me to be locked in, trading, minting everything, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go spend some time with some girlfriend. I'm gonna go dinners. I'm gonna travel to this place and that. So like, and that was still in the bull market, you know. But I felt like I'd made too much money, so I can chill now. And yeah, what even happened, you know? So yeah, I was just doing all of that though. Like I was actually just doing all of that. I'm like, yeah, cool shit, you know. So in process of like doing all of that, in the process of doing all of that, I just felt like oh okay, yeah, I'm chilling. But then I noticed like that time I had a friend, MEV collector, MEV collector. Like it was always like this guy was still like max. Like after loot, we all made so much money. I didn't feel like there was a need to trade anymore. And he even made so much more. Like maybe he made like 3 mil, 4 mil, 5 mil, maybe more. Like I know he made millions. And he was still clocking in every day, still being active, still butting all the mains, still like max, taking advantage of the bull market. And it was always like, bro, you're slacking, what's going on? Like I literally just crossed 6 mil, like just crossed 7 mil, like you're slacking, like, and I'm like, oh man, I just want to like, I'm just taking a break from crypto. I feel like the word I used then was like, I feel like I'm mentally exhausted. Like I've literally been trading for like 6-7 months straight. It's like, it was like 6-7 months straight of being logged in. Like I had this mental exhaustion. I was tired. Like, yeah, like I knew, like I could see an NFT minting and I know I'm going to make money of this, but I wouldn't mint it. I'll be like, let me leave it for other people, because like I was just mentally exhausted, like doing the same thing over and over. And it didn't even feel like I was only doing it for 7 months, because I'd been doing it since like 2020 really. Sorry, I've been doing it since like 2020, yeah, early 2020. So it was like, I just felt very mentally exhausted and I wanted a break. But then that was like very dumb. Like I decided to take a break at the peak of the bull markets because I felt like I made a lot of money. That's crazy. There's always more money to be made, you know? So that was my mistakes. Like, don't ever feel you've made enough money. There's no such thing. Like, as long as the market conditions keep being favorable, take as much as you can, you know? Take as much as you can. Like, as long as market conditions are favorable, keep taking until the market stops giving you. When the market stops giving you, when you see that all the things you are buying is now losing, then you can relax. You just be like, yeah, okay, where do I want to travel to this month? Where do I want to travel to now? That's when you can relax, not when the bull market is freaking raging at its peak. So 2021, I took a break at the top of the bull market instead of still like locking in. And because I took a break, I like, crypto moves so fast. Like once you're locked in, just stay locked in. If you distract yourself for a couple weeks or like a couple months, like you're left behind. All your strategies that you knew a few months ago is not what people are using anymore. People have moved on to like new, like, so I took like a couple months break, that's maybe like from September until like ending of November or December, that kind of thing. And I'm like, because like, okay, so that September, like I still made like a couple trades after loot, because obviously I didn't just stop suddenly. Like I made a couple more trades. Arbitrum launched around that time. There was this Neon Cat meme coin on Arbitrum. I put 300k in. So now I started doing like super big bets, and these were like, as I made like some kind of like dumb decisions. But yeah, vacation is better than over trading. I was feeling mental exhaustion, so this is the reason why I went on vacation. So I made a couple more good trades, because after loot, then they released Bloot by Beanie Maxi. So B loot. So I minted a lot of that. I made a lot more money of that. So basically between loot and B loot and C loot, and then that whole loot meta, due to that whole loot meta, I went from 300, 250, 300k to like 1.3 mil at the peak. And obviously like, I went to like 1.5 mil at the peak of that meta. But obviously like, you're not gonna sell the top. This time I actually held it to the top, but then it started dipping and I sold on the way down. But obviously I didn't dump everything all the way down. But like, by the time I sold everything after the peak of that loot, bloot season and stuff, then I hopped, I had maybe like 700k or something, you know. I had maybe like some 700k and shit, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm chilling. Like, it's not 1.5 mil that was out at the top, but 700k is still a lot of money, and I have everything about my life kind of like sorted out, so I don't really need to make a lot. Like 700k is chill, like it can last me for a long time. So that's really like what I was doing, you know. That's really like what I was in. So like from that 700k, then Arbitrum launched. Everybody's like hyped on Arbitrum. Then my friend Myth Collector, he was like, yo, I'm on Arbitrum. Everybody's on Arbitrum now. Come to Arbitrum. I'm like, yeah, I'm on break. I don't really trade no more, you know. I'm chilling. So yeah, after that, like, but eventually, like, I was still paying like a little attention, but not much attention. I bridged to Arbitrum, still on my chill mode. I bought this. I did a very lazy buy. I didn't do any research. I had a lot of money, so like, I didn't do any research. I just bought like, I bought Arbitrum. No, Arbitrum didn't have a token then. I just bought like the neon card on Arbitrum. I spent 300k on that buy. So out of my 700, you know, I was used to like the whole time before that where I was used to the whole time period before that where, because the way I went from like that some 40 to 250 and 250 to like 1.5, it was because I was compounding a lot, like, because everything that we were doing was an almost guaranteed win. I wasn't losing anymore, no jokes, like I wasn't losing anymore, like I was just making straight P's. And then so when the Arbitrum thing came out, I saw the neon card. I thought that's also another guaranteed win. That's why I put so much money into it. I put like 250k into it. It actually did go up. It went up, like I was top holder for the neon cards. It went up a lot, like it went up like maybe like my bag was I don't even remember. I know like I saw like 600k, like from the 250k 300k that I put, I saw it at 650 or so. I didn't sell. I was like, okay, yeah, when it goes up a bit more and I've made like 1M, I'll sell everything for 1M. That's what I told myself, or that's what I thought. So, and so like when the token, so like I was waiting. The token didn't, my balance didn't reach 1M. It was still like 650, 700, 650, 700. And like, you know what? Let me get out of the trade. So I asked like my friend if he was still holding, because he was holding like a similar bag. And I was like, yeah, he's still holding. But it was nighttime for me. And remember, I'm in my chill mode. So I just go to bed. I'm just like, yeah, okay. Maybe by morning, it will be at 1M. And then I wake up the next morning and the token is at like 50k, 100k. Like my 300k was already at like 30k. And I'm like, I bought it with 250k to 300k. It went up to like 600, 650. And I went to bed and I woke up and I'm only seeing 30k. I'm like, how? Are you serious right now? Like, what the fuck? Like, I think that was my most shocking rug. Like, I didn't think that shit was gonna rug. Like, I wouldn't put 250k in a coin if I thought it was gonna rug. So apparently, like, I got shocked. That shit rugged. That shit rugged, man. I can't even lie. That shit rugged. And I was like, damn, that's a lot of money to lose. Now I was back down to like some 500k. And I'm like, so at that point I'm asking myself, how did I just go from 1.5 million to 500k? Like, I don't really understand how that happened. What I just know is that at some point I had 1.5 and now I have 500. So I was like, okay, you know, before this cycle ends, I need to, okay, I didn't even know anything about cycle and I was just like, I need to make this money back to 1,000. I want to make this to, I need to turn this to 1 million so that I can, before I go back to my break, like, so I can go back to my break. So, because I just lost 300k in one night. So I'm like, no, the money is not going to go like that. Or I'm going to make it back. So, yeah, I can see the comment. So, actually, okay, let me pause and read the comment. But the reason is like, I'm trying to like, the stream is getting long as fuck. I've been talking for 3 hours straight. NFT sets me in a pace to run this on this space. Yeah, NFT was like a big breakthrough for me. For NFT was a big breakthrough. How many Solana do you currently hold? Not a lot, but like still like a decent amount or so. Lover boy, yeah man. Do I regret it? I don't know. Maybe not. Like it was good to like build social life, I guess, but I shouldn't have taken my break when I took my break. Like I just mistimed everything. Like I took a break at the beginning of the peak of the bull market, and I was coming back after the market stopped. I came back after Elon's SNL live, you know. So I was trying to like, I lost that money and I was trying to like revenge trade. Someone said I should stream on Pump Phone. I'm not gonna stream on Pump Phone, not yet, not anytime soon. Like I kind of want this meta to go away first. Like if anything, I don't want to start streaming on Pump Phone at what seems like the hype stage, you know. So let me see, crypto changing lives. I heard you have an RR. Is that true? No, I don't have an RR. I don't really like RRs like that, but it's cool though. That's crazy. That's rough. Can you see the comments? Yeah, I can see the comments. Rebrand trading is bad and risky. Obviously, I didn't know that then. I was kind of still new to crypto, but I just had a lot of knowledge. But you only really see the good things on the news, like the emotional parts, the round trips. You don't see it on the news. So like I had to experience those live. I didn't get any experience before experiencing all those kind of things. So I was just like, damn, man, this is crazy. Like I need to get like, I learned the hard way with round trips, losses, managing your losses and stuff. I learned the hard way. Thank you, Victor, I'm happy like you enjoy it, you know. It's always nice. Like as long as there's like one person that enjoys my stream at all times, like I'm always gonna stream, you know. So thank you. Your stream is always well explained. Yeah, I try my best, man. Like I try my best. I want to do like story times more, you know, not just like come on stream and trade. Like I'm still gonna trade a lot on stream, but once like sometimes I'm gonna actually like be doing story times, talking about like my experiences and stuff like that, you know. But yeah, man, yeah, man. So basically, like after the whole thing and stuff like that, so I just lost 300k on Arbitrum, so I'm like, okay, I have 500k left to my name. I need to kind of turn this to 1 million, and all the thousands and millions you're talking about, is it in dollars? Yeah, dollars. This was in 2021, you know, 2021. So I'm like, okay, let me try and trade this one back up. It shouldn't be that hard. But then I'll kind of say that I was revenge trading because I was angry that I just lost so much money, which was a huge chunk of my net worth in one night. So I was pissed as fuck. And I was trying, then I bought like 10 more rugs on Arbitrum. And ever since then, it just went downhill, like, because at that time, the market had already topped, you know? So like everything I was buying was now ending up in loss. I went from like always winning, like almost anything I buy is in profits, but now like almost everything I'm buying is in losses. And I didn't stop, like I just said, no, the market is just in the deep. Like I lost maybe like another 100k. Is my background a green screen? Nah, my background is not a green screen. That's my real background, you know? That's like my real background and shit. It's like, I just have like my desktop back here. So, but I'll probably stream from that setup next time or something like that. I don't know when, but I'll set it up, see if I can stream from there because it's cool and stuff. Well, yeah, like I don't know how, like 500k, I lost another 100k very quickly trying to chase the 300k loss, and then after that, like maybe I was like, okay, let me try and do some leverage trading. Lost more money on that. Like everything I was doing, I was just losing. I was like, okay, I'm gonna find the next hyped NFT mint and mint that. Since that was always like guaranteed profit. But then I did that shit. Boom. Everything I was minting was going down. Like art blocks was no longer instant pumping on mint. Like it first go down for like hours, and if you're not if you're not lucky, like it's just gonna keep going down forever, and you just have to cut your losses. So I was just like, fuck. Nothing I'm doing is literally working. Like all the things that I was doing to get to that point, they were no longer working. I wasn't feeling very geniusy anymore, and I'm like, like I'm actually losing money too fast. Currently, do you sometimes be in a loss streak, and if so, do you have a certain amount that? Yeah, like even till now, like loss streaks are very normal. You know, losing streaks are very normal. So like back then, I was just like losing. Like everything I was doing was not like nothing was working. Like hyped NFTs were no longer going. NFTs were rugging. Like nothing was going again. OpenSea wasn't doing an airdrop. There was no more airdrop coming. Everybody has done their airdrop, so I didn't really know what to do. Like everything was just so shit and downhill, and I kept losing money. But I was just like, so like I lost like a lot of money, like maybe that like 400k. I kept like 100k aside as like a backup. Like okay, no matter what it is, when I get to this last 100k, I gotta be smart and do something. But it never really crossed my mind to start businesses in real life. Like I still believed crypto was the future. Like actually it crossed my mind. Like a lot of people were telling me to start a real life business, but I'm like, no guys, you people don't understand. A real life business is not gonna make me 100k in a day. Like I can easily make 100k in a day or in a week if I want to crypto. So why the fuck should I start a real life business? So that's why I never started one in 2021. I was just like, I can do so much better in crypto, so I don't need a real life business. Like crypto is not going anywhere. That's what I thought back then. So yeah, very dumb, very young, very dumb. And yeah, man. After that, like things just kept going wrong. Then, well, eventually, like Nike and Clonex partnered and did an NFT mint. And this is actually like the last part of my story to be continued. So like Nike and RTFKT was like a popular NFT brand, and they did like a mint, collaborated with Nike to do like Clone X. I minted like 2, 3, 4 Clone X. The Clone X mint was very expensive. It was like some 5k, 6k per mint, but I minted that shit regardless. Or maybe it was even more. But then yeah, after that Clone X mint, I turned like 20k to 150k because two of the Clone X that I minted were rare. So I sold one for 50k. I held the other one that was worth like 60k. I held that to like 30k before selling. So like yeah, I still made money. Like that was like my December money for that year. But then that was like my only win, like my only big win in like 2 months after I've already lost a lot. So it was like I was just like, okay, yeah, maybe I should really stop here and just like try and manage what I have. But then there's this thing about gambling, like when you're addicted, like even if things are going badly, like you're still gonna wanna be like trying to trade. 2021 ended. Maybe when 2021 ended, I was at like 2021 I went from like $1,000 in January to like $10,000 in March to $0 in April to like another 10,000 in May, like some 20,000 in June, 40,000 in July, 50,000 in August, like maybe 300k September, and then that 300k just quickly went to like 600k. From that 600k, it went to like 1.5 mil like 2 weeks after that, and then right after the day after hitting 1.5 mil, like back down to like some 700k. Then I mistakenly, well, not mistakenly, like I thought we're still in the easy market. I sized in a lot into a stupid meme coin on Arbitrum. Lost 300k on that, so I was down to like 500. Made some little bits of money, lost money, make money, lose money, make money, lose money. So like I just maintained that for like quite a while. Like you make some, you lose some, you make some, you lose some, you make some, you lose some, that kind of thing. So I kind of maintained that for quite a while. So like, and then heading into 2022, like I thought like, okay, yeah, because after I made that money with Clonex, I was like, yeah, NFTs are back, you know, I had a little dip, but they're back. So 2022 was like a very big, humbling year. It was a year of many realizations. It was a year that I knew that you can go from hero to zero as easily as you can go from zero to hero if you're careless. Like, I was very humbled that year. I can't even lie. Like, I was like, whoa, crazy. You know, 2021, I was saying, whoa, crazy in a good way. But in 2022, it was, whoa, crazy. You know, like, but yeah, this is a 3-part series. We've been live for like 3.5 hours. So like tomorrow, I'm going to talk about what happened in like 2022, how I kind of went from being at 1.5 mil net worth all-time high to being like $500 net worth by November, December. So like losing 1.5 mil in a year, crazy. Like, so I'll talk about like a lot of my losses. It's gonna be like tomorrow, same time, 8 p.m. BST. Like, I'll talk about my losses, I'll talk about lessons I learned, like how I dealt with all these things, how I dealt with like all these losses, how I kept my shit together, what I was doing after losing everything, how crypto was, like what changed, you know, all those things. Like, I'll go into those tomorrow because it's been a longer stream today. And then how I started to get myself back together. Like, I'll talk about like my whole journey, 2022 up until like 2023, up until like, you know, like I'll just talk about how I lost everything and how I started like getting my shit back together, you know. Humbling experience. I feel like there's a lot to learn from there. Like, a lot of times I still look back to that period to kind of like pick out mistakes that I made and trying to like see what I would have done better. Like, there's a lot of things to like pick up from there. So like, yeah, we'll talk about that tomorrow. But then, wow, if you guys have any questions, like you can ask me. Like, we can do like questions for the next couple minutes, like some 10-15 minutes, and then go from there. Thank you so much, Byte Degen, for the channel subs. Thank you so much, Egg, most watched Egg, for the beats. If you guys are still watching, thank you so much to everyone that followed us this stream. Really cool. If you want me to keep doing like this kind of content, just like let me know. Like, I wanted to like do something different from the usual trading, so I hope this one like really hits the spot and shit. So if you guys have questions, you can just ask me. Someone said, what do I feel about currency trading? Currency trading, what do you mean by, do you mean like Forex trading? I never did Forex, so I don't know or feel anything about it. Like, my friend like does forex. Like I have a couple friends really that do forex, so they'll be like better people to talk about it. And do you currently? Okay, I don't think I answered that question. Do I have a certain amount that I believe you shouldn't go lower? No, I don't. Maybe I'm supposed to have like a certain amount that I shouldn't go lower, but that has never like if I had a certain if I had that mentality, then I would have gone back to zero in 2022, less than a year later. So I didn't have that. Like I just like there's no top. The top for me is like 30 million, and the bottom for me is zero. As long as I'm not at 30 million and I'm not at zero, I'm gonna keep like going, regardless of losing streaks, winning streaks, like whatever it is, you know. Yeah, man. Astro being always been here since day one. I know, bro. Thanks so much for the support. But yeah, guys, like crazy strip. Anyways, nice chat, nice stream. Thanks so much for all the gifts, the follows, the beats, the hype train thing that I didn't know. Yeah, man, means a lot. And I'm gonna catch you guys tomorrow, 8 p.m. and we'll do like the part 2 of this series. So take care of yourself and bye.